All right, hello, welcome to the Penguin episode, TSB number 42. Spoilers! Spoilers! If you don't want spoilers for the Penguin, stop watching now. Hello, special guest.
Hi.
Would you like to introduce
Special
yourself
guest with-
as anything you want to
El
introduce yourself
Jodido.
as?
El jodido. Vamos a llamarlo el jodido. Eso que vamos a llamarlo.
I'm the Black Adam Sandler.
The Black Adam Sandler. Even better.
Wait, let me
El
show you.
jodido negro. Eso que vamos a llamarlo.
Let me share the layout for you guys. You guys can't see it. But yeah, we're going to talk about Penguin.
Was it a good show?
We're going to talk about all of it. Season 1, episode 1 through 8, all of it.
Do I start? Do I start screaming? Do I start foaming at the mouth?
Let's just have a kind of natural conversation about it, I think.
Natural
Let-
conversation
let-
about it.
But I kind of want to start from the beginning and then move towards the end. I don't know. I don't know if that's possible. We're probably going to jump around a lot.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, I'm looking at the very, very first episode of The Penguin, of course. This is the show that we're going to be breaking down. I thought this show was fucking terrible. I'm just going to flat out say it now, all right? I didn't like it at all. This was a cheap imitation, of other good interpretations of crime dramas. I've recently finished watching The Wire, which I think is a far superior product than anything right now. It just blew the socks off me, And might I say, I think it's better than The Sopranos. All right, I'm starting to think The Sopranos is a cartoon, just like this fucking terrible show right here.
I like cartoons.
You like cartoons? What's your favorite cartoon? Remember the Mafia guys from the Warner Brother cartoons, the little short one?
Yeah.
Or like
Yeah,
Hammerhead.
Hammerhead. Yeah, Hammerhead
Yeah,
and all
I'm
of them.
sorry, boss. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Where did he go, George? Where'd he go?
Where'd he go, Josh? Oh, yes. Those were good cartoons. Those are classics.
Keep it down. I'm trying to get some sleep. Get back to sleep. Okay, boss.
Okay, boss.
Well,
So here we are looking at episode 1.
did you even introduce
And-
yourself? You just let me skip right over it.
No, there's no... I mean, ladies and gentlemen, the people should already know my voice.
Not yours.
I
You're
am
not the
none other
special
than-
guest. Nobody gives a fuck about
the
you.
special-
Oh, you
Or-
you have me. You have me,
Yes,
Rabbi.
This is me. Hello, me.
This is me, Rabbi Sandler.
Rabbi Sandler? Rabbi
the
Black
black.
Sandler?
Do you see the
Rabbi
image?
Sandler
Black
the Black.
Sandler.
You see the image I put in the chat?
Black Sandler. I like that name.
Black Sandler.
I got my birds playing in the background.
Gilmore's best.
Oh my god.
I don't really
Happy
do it.
Gilmore, man?
So Rabbi.
Doing part 2, baby?
Part 2 of what?
Happy Gilmore.
Oh yeah, they're supposed to be doing a movie for that, right?
Yeah, they're doing part 2. You forgot? How you forgot about your own movie, man? What's going on here? Black Sandler.
There's a lot going on, man.
All right,
It's not me, though.
Let's,
You got the wrong guy.
all right, let's give it back
Have
to
a
our
woman.
co-host. Oops. Are you ready? Are you ready for this breakdown?
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I'm ready. I'm wondering where this conversation will go. I'm excited to see what the ranting turns into. Who screams first? You already claimed that it's terrible. I'll give my thoughts. I think it's good. I think it's really good. I don't think it's great. And like I said, spoilers.
You think it's
again.
good because you're a smooth brain.
I'm a smooth brain, so I think it's good. IGN 7 out of 10. I probably rate it a little higher than that, but I enjoyed it. I liked it. How did you feel about it, Mr. Rabbi?
Yes,
If you have
Rabbi
to
Black
ignore the
Sandler.
fact, if you have to ignore the fact that it's fake, right? This is entertainment, and all good Jews know that entertainment is entertainment, and you don't take it
Whoa,
serious.
chilling with the anti-Semitism.
I'm gonna get
Relax.
Dan Bilzerian in here.
Wait, but my father's Jewish. What are we doing here? So, like I was saying, if you can ignore all the cartoon aspects of this show and put yourself in this world and let these characters be real, I find that this show was a lot of mental gymnastics and a lot of emotional roller coaster. Why? Because in a show, you usually like to attach yourself to a character. And at times, you find yourself asking questions. Does he deserve to win?
That doesn't make the show good. What are you saying right now? Listen, the only redeeming quality of this show was Kristen. What is her name? Milioti's performance. She was absolutely
both of her
adorable.
performances are amazing.
Right. Outside of the,
she reminded
I
me.
love the left performance and the right performance, and when they squeeze both
reminded me
performances together.
Let's give
of a girl that I had.
Right?
Oh, good lord! It's a
Let's give
beautiful
She got the
performance.
right dress on. That performance starts bulging out, and you're just
The first episode.
All of her dresses were amazing. I love the green one. I was a fan of the yellow one.
You guys got caught by the eye candy.
It was beautiful. Adorable.
But listen, right?
The way you're talking right now,
of
you're
the
not
show.
getting invited to our wedding, the three of us.
Oh, word? Y'all
Jesus,
some
man.
Mormons?
Jesus Christ.
Y'all reverse Mormons. But listen, right?
Oh my God.
The show started off slow, right? You got this guy that's a piece of shit. He's a lackey. Nobody likes him. He's
Slow?
got a limp. You can't trust a guy with a limp.
It
He
started
did
off with
something
him
he deserved.
shooting the guy. How's that slow?
Well, we're actually
Dive
going a
right
little
into
bit
the
too
drama.
far.
No, listen, right? If we're gonna accept the fact that they allowed a shooting to happen so early, then that shooting was meaningless.
Nah, I don't.
It wasn't an introduction to him being a criminal. He was already a criminal. What it showed was he was tired of the disrespect.
But we're
He
not
was
even
tired of
talking about the
feeling like a
schizo
little
qualities
man.
of the show.
Can you let him talk?
You know,
He
we're
was
not-
tired of feeling like a little man. And you got to understand something too. All of us know who the Penguin is. We all watched Danny DeVito.
the better penguin.
Right?
Far more superior penguin.
So
I think
watch
Danny
this
DeVito's
man.
performance was far more powerful than Colin Farrell. You know, that's just me.
Yeah, but you also like freaking what's that the scarecrow the Halloween with the skeleton.
Halloween
What's
was
that cartoon?
Nightmare Before
Nightmare
Christmas.
Because you're a Tim
Christmas?
Burton fan. You like fantasy
Oh,
stuff.
Tim Burton, yeah.
Oh, I love Tim Burton. He's a good
You-
guy. He's a good
You
guy.
wanted
He's a good
Robin
guy.
to be one of the Waynes.
Yeah, it's weird. He wanted to do that. He wanted one of the Wayans brothers to be Robin very early on. How do you feel
That would
like
have been
that?
something to see. I ain't gonna hold you. I would actually want to watch that. That would be.
That would have
cool.
been interesting, right? That would have been different.
What? Which
Like
one?
a jokey Robin? The Tim Burton
If
Batman.
they did
He
it
really
back then,
wanted-
nobody would have cared.
Mm.
Like you
Yeah,
see,
I don't-
everybody now wants to make everybody black. He would have did it before it was cool.
So strange. I think that would have been interesting actually as a cast. You know, especially at the time.
The point
what
I'm
they were
making
doing,
about
the
the
Wayne
Penguin
brothers.
is that
Oh,
you're
yeah,
watching
yeah.
like a caterpillar before he turns into a butterfly.
I mean, I guess, like, what is this, a coming of age story for a man that's already in his fucking 50s? Really?
No, I mean, that's not fair. It's more about the coming of a villain, right? He was a gangster.
He's already a villain.
No, he was a gangster that was a lackey that decided to bite the hand that fed him, and then he went to the other hands and he bit him, and he bit every hand in Gotham.
So that there's no loyalty in the game. The game is the game.
Of course, which makes the situation even more heartbreaking. Because the
listen,
child has to lose his family to find a new family in order to lose everything. That's sad.
I mean,
you know?
let's try to go back to the first episode. Right now, we're looking at the first episode when he goes through the files and the. Is this the Falcone Club? If I'm correct, can you
Yes,
please
that's,
remind me, Dennis? I'm sorry.
I think it's the ice.
What, the Iceberg Club?
The iceberg, and then
Yeah, the Iceberg Club.
yeah,
Thank you. Yes,
44 Below, which was below. Did you guys watch the Batman movie? The Batman.
yes, we did watch it.
Thoughts on the Batman, real quick, within one sentence, if you guys can.
Dog
You
shit.
said on the movie?
Yeah.
The movie was
It
dog
was just
shit.
Twilight meets Batman.
The Christopher Nolan movies were far more superior. Like, I'm sorry. I'm
It said-
tired of fucking pretending.
They was like, instead of turning into a bat, you are the bat. It's like
I
it's
really,
crazy.
I really like, almost maybe love the first half, with like all the detective stuff and like the kind of dark stuff, the dark elements.
No, Detective Batman is cool. That's cool.
The bad guys kind of like being afraid of him, wondering if he's like behind the shadows and all that shit. But the thing is about it, the last half of the movie just falls apart completely, and it feels rushed, and then also the riddles in it were kind of boring, I guess.
Did you solve any of the riddles?
No, I kind of wasn't trying to. I don't know if I could if I did. I'm bad at riddles.
I think what bothered me is that they chose the Riddler as the main villain to introduce this Batman. It was very lackluster.
But that Riddler, just the incel Riddler, fucking dumb.
Yeah.
You know what I heard? I heard that the Penguin is supposed to become the mayor. Did you hear that theory?
But that was from a comic book storyline, and he was already the mayor in the old show, I believe, from the 50s or the 60s, wherever it was.
What?
No, the old show. Like, he was already the mayor in the old show. I think it was like in the 60s, whatever that show was. It was the 60s or the 70s. I'm not too sure. He was already a mayor, and they made that into a comic book storyline.
So in the show, there was a lot of these little like signs showing that maybe that could become a possibility. Like when he was muscling that politician.
We're gonna head.
And the fact that he can, huh?
We're going a little ahead right now. We're going a little ahead.
Try not to jump around.
I mean, I thought we was going all over the place.
No, right now
we're gonna try not to.
I'm weaving like Trump here. I'm trying to weave.
Yeah. Well, right now we're still talking about episode 1, which is why I even mentioned the Falcone club. We see the son of the Falcone leader.
Just to interrupt,
he's about to get shot.
A lot of this stuff, like I just noticed like a second ago, like a lot of this stuff does kind of relate to other episodes. Like there's a lot of stuff from the previous episode that gives a lot of context for the next episode. So we are going to be jumping around, but just try not to jump too much.
Yeah, we're on episode 1. Black Sandler. We're on episode 1.
All right, so if we're gonna start with the movie, right? The end of the movie is what set the show up. So the whole flooding situation of Gotham created the environment where crime and stuff is happening without police intervention, which would explain why shit is.
Can I ask? Hold on. Could the Riddler be interpreted as a Moses-like character for bringing the flood or separating the seas, as they say?
Basically, like the Julian Assange of the situation.
It's very strange.
Instead of WikiLeaks, he leaked the river.
I'm just throwing it out there. I'm trying to have fun here.
That's why I even went to the whole mayor thing, because a lot of people are suspecting they want to use the Penguin as like a Donald Trump type character.
And I do agree with that angle, and that's why I'm not really a fan of this show. I already see what they're trying to do by making him that the Donald Trump archetype. With the Penguin. Obviously people are aware with the relationship that Donald Trump had with the mafia. Back in the 80s and the 90s. What was it? Sammy the Bull and a couple of other mafia figures and so forth. I mean, he claims he did.
What if the whole direction of Batman right now is to try to pick at certain like social tropes and turn them into archetypes?
I mean,
well, they did that with the first movie with 4chan, correct?
With the incels online, which like 50 followers or whatever he had that came to like Madison Square Garden or whatever to like start shooting people and like the whole incel thing. Like you might be onto something with like their inspiration. Definitely.
So that means one of the villains might be a trans.
Better not be.
Excuse me.
Better not be.
Yeah, Mr. Freeze is gonna be Mrs. Freeze.
Oh no.
Oh, you know what's so funny about that? That he mentioned that I believe they did do a gender swap for Penguin in one of the cartoon shows, one of the newer ones that they did.
Yep, very recently that happened. Yeah, Oswaldo Cobblepot.
Oswaldo Cobblepot. That's their name. Yes, thank you.
That's weird.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they do introduce Mrs. Freeze. That would be cute. I would be interested. Why not?
I mean,
Mrs. Freeze.
Poison Ivy is some black gay nigga.
Can we relax with the?
You remember True Blood? Remember the black nigga from True Blood?
Oh, we're gonna get canceled. Fuck, man, this guy.
Yo, I ain't gonna hold you. That would be fire though. If that black nigga was Poison Ivy, I would be scared.
Can we get Anthony Mackie to play it?
Anthony Mackie?
That's Anthony Mackie.
Oh, that's funny.
Since he was in that Black Mirror episode.
I knew he was going places when he was Tupac.
Oh my god. It's fun. I forgot. How good he was in True Blood. Maybe they could use an evil male feminine character. That would work. I mean, it works in the animes. I'm not surprised.
We're gonna have fucking green eyeshadow. That shit gonna be scary.
Yeah. That's
So,
what Yuta did in Hokuto no Ken. So yeah, I can see it.
so do you want to? You were saying about the files that he's looking through at the Iceberg
Yeah,
Lounge.
so right now he's looking through the files. He gets caught by the son of the Falcone. And here we have this conversation filled with tension. As they're going back and forth, talking about how he's eventually going to be the leader. And Oz definitely has other plans, because everything turns left. His dad's ring,
it's interesting
which plays another part of the story later on.
It's interesting because he brings up the Rex Calabrese, the gangster from his youth. And he brings up that whole part about the gangster, how respected he was and maybe even loved but in the community. And it's interesting that he brings this up and sort of where his arc ends up going almost towards the end, I'd say.
It's not too different from the drug dealers of the 80s that we know of the West Coast and the East Coast. I tell everyone this, some of the most well-known drug dealers were funding creative arts. The dancing, the music, the painting, you name it. They were funding it. They're just never going to get their credit, unfortunately. They're in jail, but that's besides the point. They are considered like mini mayors, in certain neighborhoods. These are prominent figures. Let's not lie to ourselves. They do have the money. They do have the power. They have the number. They have soldiers. They have followers, and there are certain times where they do give back to the community. We've seen it, with American Gangster, Frank Lucas, giving turkeys back to the community. That's always been a thing, and you'll even see it today with some of the rappers where they'll go to a basketball court and they'll start giving out hundreds to the kids, so it's still happening today, but it is an interesting angle because this guy's a complete fucking piece of shit, but how is he any different from Tony Soprano? Tony Soprano takes care of his neighborhood, but look at him as a character, he's a terrible person. Why would anybody look up to him?
Does Tony take care of his neighborhood?
Yeah, because that's their place of operation. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I think he just makes people pay for protection money, but I don't think I've ever seen them offer any.
No, but I'm talking about his. Yeah, but that's what he controls. But his base of operation, no. Look at Satriel and everything. The place where they be cutting bodies up and everything. That's the base of operation. That's taken care of. You feel me?
No, I don't feel you. I'm lost.
Oh, the guy's.
I'm lost.
I guess you gotta to take a trip down to certain neighborhoods where you're not allowed to be in, and then maybe you can have an opinion for yourself.
Perhaps.
But seriously, and in all honesty, I get the whole mini mayor aspect, and my co-host Black Sandler.
Mini mayor?
Yeah, like a mini mayor for the community, like the hood mayors.
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm trying to point out.
Yeah.
Yeah, am I losing you here? Is that what I'm doing? Because
you were talking about drug dealers, and then you're talking about Sopranos. I'm trying to piece it together.
Yeah,
I'm trying to piece it together.
Yeah, because it's a criminal organization.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's the point. Mm-hmm. You couldn't put that together? Jesus Christ, really,
I think
bro?
the show does a good job of kind of explaining that.
I think the show does a good job of explaining that. The show's terrible to me. All right? The show's absolutely terrible.
Penguin looks worried right now talking to Alphonse Falcone. So what's interesting is when I first watched this, you can kind of go into the scene thinking that he shoots him because he says he's like a low, he wants to be like a loved, whatever he says, prick or something. You want to be like some kind of small time prick or some shit. And Penguin takes it kind of like to heart. He's thinking about it over in his head, is that, maybe he's thinking is that what I want? But I think it's not only that, it's also that this guy reveals to him that he knows that Penguin has been stealing money from his father, which I think is another part of the culmination of him coming to the decision to shoot Alphonse.
I mean, didn't Batman say, do you know your reputation? When he asked Batman, do you know my reputation? So it's everybody knows he's a sleazebag. That's why I'm saying it. Everybody knows this guy's a piece of shit. He's no good to work with. Why would you trust this man? You could probably do a little quick scheme. But after that, he's probably gonna fuck you over. There's a lot of characters like that.
Yeah, it is well, what are your thoughts, Mr. Rabbi?
Black Sandler.
Black Adam Sandler Rabbi, man.
You said, what's my thoughts on what part?
The part where he shoots Alphonse in the first episode.
It was a mixture of different things. Because after seeing his whole character throughout the whole series, there's a lot on his shoulder to perform. So whether his intentions was to kill this kid anyway, or whether it was an emotional reaction to the conversation they were having,
maybe both.
He still had a plan to make it work.
Right.
So it's either he's quick on his toes or he has an agenda. But I believe the brother revealed the business thing to him first, no?
Yeah, he did. Talked about the
Yeah.
I think if he didn't reveal that to him, he wouldn't have did that.
Yeah.
Because that was his opportunity to try to get a position.
Yeah, but
he lied to the sister.
He's already thinking about how to take it from him, how to make it benefit himself.
But what I was gonna say is I think another reason why he's dying.
Huh?
You're just watching it play out.
No, I was gonna say is that what I think is that I think the main reason why he killed the Falcone kid is because he already had all the evidence of what was the dude sleeping with the guy's wife? Yeah. I already forgot his name.
Yeah, I forgot all their names.
So he can't let him get into the hands of the Falcone kid. They could use it against the family, and then there's a power struggle. And obviously Oswald needed that piece. So he had to die either way.
But it's multi-layered because you got to think about his relationship to all the players in that family. He was the driver for the girl, and then he got a graduation, and he was managing the club. But the club probably belongs to the son. So even though he's the bag boy, quote unquote, he ain't important. He's just got a job. So
yeah,
when you do all
ambition.
But it's not even just that. When you're doing all the real work, a part of you feels like without you, none of this shit happens. So you're more important than the people that get paid because they don't have the relationships. They just have the fear because you created the circumstance by being It's like in 300 when they get pulled up on them and say, yo, surrender. And they fucking kick them down a well. Well, Oz gets kicked down mad wells all the time. He deals with shit. That's why he's limping. He was limping since a kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, since a kid.
His foot is deformed.
But
I'm not really sure where the scar on his face comes from, though. Maybe the Joker can explain how he got those scars.
Maybe later on, yeah. Who knows? Terrible.
So he kills.
You see these scars, kid? They told me how to smile with these scars, kid.
Remember the symbolism of the ring. Remember how he was talking about this ring and who it belonged to and the whole lineage. And he exposes a whole business plan between him and his sister. It's like he wanted to die. It's almost like he flaunted on him to see if he was going to bite or not. And he bit. And I don't think he really understood what he was asking for by doing what he did either. Because he was an ignorant kid.
There's a couple scenes in this show where you can see the heavy hand of the writer. And that might be one of them. A lot of that exposition there.
I mean, it wasn't bad. I didn't feel like there was I
didn't get pulled out too much. I think towards the end I got pulled out just a little bit, but overall, I think the writing was spot on. A lot of character motivation.
It seemed like what they would say in a scenario of that nature. It didn't feel fake. It wasn't like fake dialogue. If that makes sense.
Okay. It's a comic book character killing another comic book character.
Let me kick this guy real quick. Let me kick him out of there.
But it almost feels like he told everybody, "This is your character. Talk how you would talk if you was this character." It's almost like he didn't write the actual lines because people were just talking, like even with the accents and shit. It had,
you mean to tell me that was a good idea? This guy that was probably high, or maybe he was relapsing, or maybe he needed his fix. He thought it was a good idea, to sit there and have this conversation with this psycho and reveal that information, not knowing that he was a piece of shit already. Yeah, and everybody already knew he was a piece of shit. I mean, for fuck's sakes, he put his sister And I mean, we're going too ahead, of course,
Doesn't
obviously.
doesn't he
But
mention?
wait, but you gotta remember though, he was being shitted on and being provoked with words in an environment where his temperament was supposed to just eat it.
So he has soft skin. That's what you're telling me. He doesn't have any thick skin. He's a
No,
soft.
is that you're not your father, nigga. So how dare you flex on me, you little puppy? I'll eat you. And he ate him. If you go in the wild, right, and a fucking little alligator that came from the biggest alligator goes next to an alligator, he's gonna get eaten just like any other alligator. But that alligator might believe he's big because his father big, but no, you food.
Listen, I understand that angle, but angle. I apologize, but like I mentioned earlier, all right, the fucking guy already knew that Oswald was a piece of shit.
Well,
All right.
he says Pop always knew you were a good soldier, which is what he liked most about you. It's like the compliment he gives him. He's a good soldier.
Yeah, it's just a good word, a soldier. You know.
No, but it's coming from a child, so it's an insult.
No,
Because I
from
don't
that
respect
aspect,
you,
yes.
so you telling me you respect me in any capacity doesn't matter. Because I'm being
Low
forced to
level.
respect you.
Yeah, like you're low level. No, I get that. Yeah.
If you go back to like Roman times, he would have got assassinated mad quick, so that somebody else could be in power because they don't respect him.
Well,
And the family didn't respect him either because after everybody was said and done, they were happy with the new leadership.
But were they happy with the new leadership?
Yeah, because I believe the family was divided between brothers. So once that brother died and his kid died, the family had to transition to the other side of the family. Because they're Italian.
And it fell apart even faster, I think, especially with all
Well,
this
that's
whole
because
show.
the fucking niece decided to turn on her uncles.
Yeah.
So we're skipping too far. So
Yeah,
getting back to the first
far.
episode.
Yeah, the first episode, they find this retard, this Dominican kid.
Victor
Who has like
Aguilar.
a speech impediment, And everybody fell in love with this character. Like, I already knew he was going to become deceased. And spoilers. Spoilers. I apologize. But it was very odd because he could have done it right there. But he was like, you know what? You're my slave. I own you now. I literally own your life.
You're just to go back just a little bit. When he gets him down, he puts the gun in his face and he goes, he's scared and stuff. Vic reveals to him that he's got that weird stutter, and Pinguino Man takes a moment to be like, he's got some sympathy for him, like right off the bat. He notices he's got something wrong with him, and Penguin, coming from the background that he has, is like him feeling less than other people because he's got those problems with his leg, and
A cheap, sympathetic character that they shoot in. So you're like, oh, now Penguin has someone he can relate to. Now I can feel sorry. Who gives a flying fuck? All right.
So it's interesting
Seriously, that's just me.
When Vic begs for his life, and he starts stuttering. Penguin pulls out the kid's wallet, and he pulls out his ID, and he looks at the ID.
Oh, what a cheap callback! What a cheap callback!
It's the circle.
What does that call back to?
We start where we end. The ending is the beginning.
Yeah, we start where we end. Yeah, the ending is the beginning. Look how cheap that is.
Vic is on the verge of death here at the hands of Penguin. He pulls out Vic's ID. He looks at the ID. And it's the same in the end. But Vic is actually dead.
Oh yeah, you talking about when he was gonna first whack him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he first talks to him, he starts stuttering. He pulls out his ID and he looks at it to get his name. Which in itself is like, it's not. I don't think it's very significant, but it's just like a neat little thing you'll notice, like a nice little thing you'll notice.
Well, it's because he's able to put a name to a face.
It's like
whereas later on,
yeah, it's like him remembering him in the end.
Yeah,
it's like an in-universe little Easter egg.
Yeah, but to me, it was absolutely trash. All right, like, come on, man, like, you making me fall in love with this character.
He says, "I'm keeping your ID," and he holds on to it for a while, I guess.
gets him in the car, takes him to his mother. Look at my mother. Look at my mother.
So then Vic starts driving. Vic starts driving Penguin
mother.
around. Vic starts driving Penguin around, and he's placing him in the role that he was in, essentially for Falcone.
Yep.
So he's in his own little universe here. He's trying to elevate himself already in like the crime hierarchy. He's trying to build already. Maybe not intentionally. Maybe not intentionally with Vic, but maybe that's what we're supposed to pick up on by it. And then we meet.
I'm driving now.
We meet the two.
They're gonna stop buying drop heads.
We meet the two ladies of the night or men of the night, whatever you want to call them, as they go into his what do we even call her? Girlfriend?
His whore.
His girlfriend? Lady?
Yeah.
His lady friend? I don't know. What's her name? I completely forgot.
She's not even that important, because I just feel bad.
Puppy, I'll tell you that.
I feel bad for her at the end. That's it.
I ain't feel bad for her. She was getting paid to beat her. She a sick puppy.
All right, this is
like, I need you to pretend to be my mother.
I need you to be my mother.
Slow dance with me like my mother.
Yeah, but then once again, we have the parallel with the Tony Soprano character, where
oh my god,
Tony Soprano as the arch nemesis,
like my mother,
where it's his mother, because that's what David Chase originally wanted to do. He wanted Olivia to eventually be like an actual villain character and play a role, but I think she passed away early on in the series, and they had like CGI her and I think rewrite certain things.
All right,
you did it with Uncle June.
But yeah, the stuff with Uncle June, the war, they had to shorten it.
Hate you niggas.
Yeah, and then you'll see here we have a Penguin having an almost God, what's the name of that play? Where the prince kills his father and then marries his mother. I don't know. I'm probably getting it wrong. It's not Macbeth. It's another one. I forgot the name of it. But there's a story like that. If any of you guys remember, please drop it in the comments. I apologize. But yeah, this sick guy, he has like this love, like this intense love relationship with his mother. Like he just wants his mother to acknowledge him. He wants his mother all to himself. Some people would say there is there's something that was Mr. Freud. Oedipus, is that the name of it?
Oedipus is the one. It's like I think Shakespeare one.
I think that's the Oedipus. All right, yes, Oedipus is the story. Yes, where he kills his father and marries his mother. Mm-hmm. So there is some elements that we see of that here with Penguin, like I said, where he's just very possessive of his mother, and we find out why later on.
You're not even in episode 1. What are you doing?
I am in episode 1. I'm looking at it right now. I'm on 25-27. And I am skipping a little bit forward. And I didn't like that relationship with like him and his mom. And it was weird.
I don't think she's
very weird.
She's not in episode 1.
Yeah, she is. She's towards the end. Are you retarded, bro? I'm watching it right now. 44-36. At the 44-minute 36.
You're skipping.
Yeah,
Yeah, there she is. Okay, she's in episode 1.
Yeah, like a little pussy boy. Like a little pussy boy, she calls him.
So, all right, if we're going to do a little side note, right? Because this is something I noticed about the mother character, and I don't know if this is relevant or if the writers just felt like doing this.
It's a cheap version of Olivia.
It seemed like his mother was a whore, and she was either like fucking with gangsters or she had like a circle of gangsters. I don't know. And I don't know if they was giving her money on the side to just take care of the kids or whatnot. You know what I mean? But she probably lied to the kids about the father because it seemed like there was never a father around. And then the older boys, she loved them more, the first two. So whoever the father was that gave her the last kid, she probably hated that nigga, to be honest. And that nigga came out crippled and shit. So she was just like, this nigga's the worst, So he
That's
was
a good angle. I never thought about that. Yeah.
So he was like the run of the litter trying to like prove himself. So he was mad emotional. Yeah. And because his mom loved the brothers and he felt like she loved them more than him, the brothers were like in his way symbolically.
Yeah, you have that Cain and
So,
Abel element, so it makes sense.
so I don't think he intentionally wants to get rid of them, but because the situation allowed the opportunity of plausible deniability, he took full advantage of it, not knowing the true outcome of his actions, because maybe he thought, oh, I'll just come get them later. Or, fuck you guys, you'll figure a way out. I don't know. If he knew they was gonna get smoked, I don't think he would have did that. But maybe he was already fucked in the head. Either way, when the mother was aware of this shit, that's when I think that shit was nurtured, where the relationship became this weird pseudo-sexual bullshit where
Well, at that point, she lost her mind, so she wasn't the same character. She was nothing more than a shell of herself, and he was able to command
think
her
about
at his
somebody who's
will.
being kidnapped, right? Stockholm syndrome. It's like in
Yeah.
a weird way, she was held hostage by this nigga.
No, he was. Yeah. No, I agree.
So
I
and
agree.
she forced herself to love him more in an unnatural way,
Yeah.
and she
And
was
that's
already
why she started.
Well,
At that point, she started regressing more. No, I agree.
well, it's her
It's definitely
fault.
there.
It's her fault for nurturing him too much to the point where he became like clingy and like very much of a mama's boy, and she was probably nurturing that because he had the messed up leg and probably maybe some other issues, shitty haircut, and she essentially breaks when the two boys are dead, and she finds out that he was responsible.
Spoilers.
Yeah, we're jumping all over now. But she has that break, right? And then she has that moment in the club when she speaks to him, and she essentially allows the
she made a covenant with that nigga.
She doesn't fix the problem at all. She just compounds the issue and just continues allowing his behavior to kind of become his character even more. Like there's no reprisal for what he's done. They don't even bring it up.
And I also want you to keep this in mind that there's another Bible element which she was going to sacrifice like her only son left. Because like I told you, there was already the Cain and Abel story, with Oswald and the other two kids. And now, she had the opportunity to actually, have him done off or have him sacrificed, but she chooses not to. She opts out instead. And obviously we see the creation of this monster, this devil-like figure, So was she supposed to make the choice and actually killing him? So there's a morality element being played also. Like I get it, but it's all cheap to me. It's very. Have you seen a good mafia show? I'm gonna tell you about a mafia movie released in 1998. All right, directed by. Good Lord, give me a moment here. But directed by Jim Abrahams, written by Jim Abrahams, Greg Norberg, Michael McManus. The movie. The name. You want to know what's the name of the movie?
Norberg,
Mafia. That's the name of it. It is a parody of Mafia. Wonderful Mafia movie. It made me laugh as a child. I believe they gave it 2 out of 5 stars. I'm going to give it 5 out of 5 stars. It was a classic. It's a hood classic, to be quite honest. I loved it. It was very riveting. Far better than The Penguin. I'm just going to be honest. Come on, like, really, bro? Like, how many storylines are you going to fucking steal? And I get it. Like, she was in the comic book, but to me, it feels like a very cheap imitation of what they already tried to do with Tony Soprano, and the Soprano franchise and so forth. And that's why I kept making the joke, Tony Soprano is the Penguin. Because to me, it looked like as if the writers at HBO was just like, well, how are we going to do this miniseries? Well, let's look at all the shows that we already did, that were a hit, and let's just pick small pieces from here, and we'll just get the writing. And that's how it felt for me the first episode. Like I saw through a lot of things, especially with what I believe is Sophia Falcone, like I said, who was adorable. I already knew she was going right back to jail. It was obvious. Either that or she was going to get killed off, Like it was
I knew she was going to die because they talked about her being in Batman 2. So I was like, that's fucked up. You just ruined the show for me.
Yeah, exactly. They ruined it for you, huh, Gertz? I see.
Yeah, they ruined it.
They ruined it for you.
I'm so sorry, bro. I waited, bro. I waited. I'm like, this nigga has to have seen it by now, bro.
Why did you just ask? Have you seen it? It was like,
Because I thought you was on it. Like, I'm on it. I'm sorry.
I was like working on that video I showed you earlier. Like I was up fucking working on that shit, and then fucking I just look
I ain't
over to
gonna
the
hold
chat.
you. That's how much it fucked my head up. I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't even think about it twice, bro. I was just so hurt. I had to talk to somebody about it, bro. I'm sorry.
You saw how they killed Vic, bro? I didn't even watch it. What the fuck?
Vic, come on, man. Let me
the
look
whole
your
episode I'm watching, like waiting for when it's gonna happen. The fucking mob members are like looking at him like, "What? Why are you talking down to him?" Like, "Oh, they're gonna kill him here, right? Oh, they're gonna kill him here.
Nah.
Oh, this is where he dies. No, this part." And I'm just fucking waiting for it the whole fucking. And by the time it happened, I didn't care anymore. Fucker. Ruined it.
Yeah. So is it true that they ruined one of the episodes? I mean, they ruined the show because they revealed that Sophia Falcone was going to be in the Batman 2 movie.
No, I don't
Yeah,
think so.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. That's crazy.
I don't think so.
I then read that shit and I was like, what the fuck? The episode didn't even drop yet for the final. And I was like, whatever. So when he had that bitch by the water, I was like, she's not even gonna get smoked. I'm like, what's gonna happen though? He's gonna have a boat waiting for her? Like, what the fuck's going on here?
Damn, that's fucked up. So the episode didn't even. Wow.
Well, there's
I mean,
TV shows and movies where characters are dead and they still come back, like flashbacks and stuff.
Yeah.
Like in the show, we have the
she's
flashback
got a big role
of her father.
Yo, these niggas said that she has a big role in Batman 2. That's what they said.
Yeah.
Isn't her sister technically Catwoman?
Half sister.
Her sister?
But she got a lot of half sisters, and I think most of them are dead from their father. If I'm correct. I don't know.
Wait. Her sister's name is Selena?
Yeah, her sister's Selena.
So in the first, in the Batman movie,
so that is Catwoman.
The whole plot line was Catwoman was trying to, investigate basically the same thing Sophia was investigating in the flashbacks of this series, essentially.
Which is what the woman getting killed and why her mother got killed, and that her father was on his, his roid rage and killing all the women. Yeah. So yeah, that was the subplot line for the first Batman movie. It's funny that you bring that up. A lot of people forgot about that.
Yeah.
And then you see they're doing the continuation here with the series.
You peeps how they didn't have the actor come back to play the Falcone dude?
He did a good job.
They switched him out.
I think the other guy was busy or something.
No, the nigga said, I can't be a part of a role that's involved with killing women.
Oh, snap.
Really?
Fucking bitch ass nigga, just do your job.
This fucking guy.
I guess.
You were already in the first one.
That's the guy from the Adam Sandler, right? That's Mr. Deeds, right? I'm not bugging.
He's a good actor.
He's a great actor.
But
I can't tell if he's Italian or Dominican. He be fucking my head up.
Was it Mark Strong is the name of the guy who replaced him in this? He did a great job. He did the impersonation of his version of Falcone. It was pretty good.
He did a good job. Cause I didn't catch it at first.
We're jumping all over. We're still on episode 1.
Yo, you don't even have your video up. What are the people seeing?
They're just seeing an image right now. They don't, because even if I did pull it up, Warner Brother would fucking ding us.
But that's interesting because I've seen a lot of people that have been reviewing the Penguin stuff, and they've been showing certain scenes or stills, obviously from. I mean, let's not fucking lie to ourselves. They're using the illegal streaming services, or maybe they're pulling. Even if they are pulling it from HBO Max, it's still technically illegal. So the fact that they're doing it and they're putting it, on these YouTube videos, it's interesting how the smaller guys, like us, will get strike for trying to talk about these.
Everybody will get strike. Images are probably fine. Images will probably fine, but if you start playing the video and the audio, like, you'll definitely get fucking taken down.
I thought it was only for a few seconds.
Muted.
You can only play clips for like a few seconds, and then
people are just really careful.
And then I think switch over.
Like, I would pull it up just to like get the screen caps, but like I can't do that because it like blocks screenshots from like the Play Max website or whatever the fuck. And I can't show anything because like they like software block it or something. It's just a black screen. But anyway, after Vic helps him dispose of the body, Penguin decides not to kill him. Vic says, I
You mean,
can help you out, I can work for you, I can do whatever you want. He becomes useful to the Penguin. The Penguin kind of thinks about it. He's like, all right, fine, I'll bring you along, but, you know, I think it's implied that, you know, if he steps out of line, you know, he's gonna kill him, essentially. Is what he
and
says.
technically, the kid did step out of line. He said something he wasn't supposed to say. You know,
What was that?
I love you.
your family.
Oh, yeah.
That too. I love you. Your family. He wasn't supposed to say that.
So then Penguin.
Oswald understood at that point. He was too close. Yeah.
Ouch.
We'll get into that.
That's worse than that.
Yeah, we'll get into that. Yeah. No, we'll get into it. We'll save it. We'll get into it. We'll get into it.
One thing you
that's a big
forgot.
discussion for later.
No, wait for it. Wait for it. Trust me.
We're gonna go in depth with episode 1, then we're gonna kind of skip along more quickly.
Yeah.
So then he goes to meet the mob family to explain the new business plan that he learned from Alphonse, and then he doesn't realize that Sophia has been let out of Arkham, and she
doesn't he give him the ring also?
I don't think so.
What the Mahoney guy, whatever his name is?
Yeah, remember his ring? Yeah, he gave the guy the ring. Remember?
He gave the Maroney guy the ring in prison.
Yeah, the Maroney ring. Yeah, the Maroney ring. Yeah, briefly, he gave him the ring.
No, that's.
And then
we're still episode 1. I don't think Maroney's in this one.
Yes, he is. He's in the first episode, bro. What are you talking about?
He is?
Yes. What? Did you even watch the first episode?
Oh yeah, he is. You're skipping ahead. You're skipping ahead. Like I'm talking about the scene at the fucking Falcone house, and you skipping like 20 minutes ahead to the fucking.
Are we talking about this show episode per episode, or are we just talking about the show?
Just this first one, just to set up all the characters and their trajectories and such. I'm talking about the Falcone family, and then Sophia comes in. He doesn't realize that she was let out of Arkham. That's what I was saying.
Oh, she's so beautiful, man. Look how beautiful she is.
And she invites
Remember
him to
she was in
dinner.
Wolf of Wall Street?
She was in Fargo.
Yeah, she was in Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah, she was in the Covers right here.
She's great.
She's always been adorable. She always had that cute face.
So then they go to dinner at the restaurant, have a private conversation. She starts deep throating Olives.
Oh, good lord! My favorite part.
She kind of interrogates Mr. Penguin to see if he knows anything else about her brother being dead.
Yeah, if he had any part in doing it.
And then he goes to meet his mother, and we can see his mother she's on medication. She's got kind of like memory issues. She's talking about his brothers that had died when he was young. And there's a scene I don't really understand. Maybe you guys there's a part of the scene I didn't really understand, like the end of the scene where he's watching the TV and she's.
Oh, that's where he got the inspiration for the penguin outfit.
Is it?
Remember the tap dancing guy that was like dancing?
Oh yes, with the woman and everything. Yeah.
Is that supposed to be his mother?
Him.
Is the dancing woman supposed to be his mother?
His mother, yeah, subconsciously, yeah, that's supposed to be like his representation of what he always envisioned. Because remember, he wanted to give his mother the glitz and the glamour. You know, so once again, we're going back. Well, what did you say? It's Epitus, I believe. So, Epitus, the Shakespearean story. Yeah, so we're going back to that now.
Can I touch on the psychology of this show? It's going to be hard to do it per episode because they sprinkle everything throughout the whole thing so that you could get an overall understanding.
Mm-hmm.
But there was things like when the mother was talking with the gangster and he was like, oh, the kind of guys I go after are the ones that are looking for fathers because they give you loyalty, right? And then you have this home that's fatherless. You have Vic, who just lost his family, so he's fatherless, right?
Mm-hmm,
so this idea that is subconsciously embedded in the Penguin character, whether he knows it or unknowingly knows it, his infatuation with the gangsters and the mobsters in his neighborhood, he looked up to them, and for all we know, one of them could have been his father. So it could have been a natural. It could have been a natural attraction towards his own father. You know what I mean? On some animal shit. And
what did Sunshine say in The Sopranos? What did Sunshine say in The Soprano? Victory has 100 fathers, but defeat is an orphan. Remember, these are defeated characters. They're technically orphans. You know, because
Yeah,
remember,
but it doesn't
a
stop.
lot of people have played with the element that right now, like Oz is a loser and he doesn't win till the end because he's technically like the kingpin of the whole the mafia world, so forth. You know,
But you gotta remember
there's that rags to
psychology,
riches
bro.
story that they're playing with.
But it's the psychology of this. Because the one thing I will acknowledge about the show is that they plain out tell you the psychology of why. So there's no guessing. Because his love of his mother drove him to be able to kill his own brothers, his infatuation with gangsters, and the fact that he thought the only way that in his current environment to take care of his family was to be of that type of nature, and he took on the role at a young age, is a lot of delusional shit going on. And the mother delusional. She was alcoholic. She was probably a fucking prostitute, and it was probably downplayed. But when you look at her flashbacks, there's certain things about her mannerism. Why do you know these niggas? You know, like, it is what it is. Because if you look at the woman that Oz even talks to, that's a prostitute. How is that woman any different than the mother when she's at
Yeah.
home doing her regular shit?
No, thank you. And I wanted to point that out too. That the fact that the prostitute woman that was the significant other to Oz, you know, she was like the motherly figure also.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how
so
the
she
bills
wasn't.
getting paid with no father around.
Exactly. So she was no different from Oz's mother. Yeah. So so once again, that parallel also.
So, you know,
But
he's an orphan bastard baby from a prostitute.
yeah,
Was he destined to be great, or was he already predestined to be evil?
I didn't even consider that his father, that she might have lied about his father. I guess if you look,
where is he?
I guess if you look back on it, if you pay attention to the casting, the three kids look kind of very different. Also,
Yep.
He's got like dark black hair. The other kid is like lighter brown hair, in like a fro, almost like curly hair.
It looks like a French and amongst a bunch of Germans.
That's interesting. So then he goes to meet Sal in prison. And Sal isn't having any of his fucking bullshit, trying to tell him about, you know, new product or whatever the fuck they were talking about. And then essentially Sal tells him to fuck off. And at the end, before Oz leaves the room, he offers him the ring back, puts it on the table, and Sal reaches and grabs for it, and then the scene ends. So we kind of get the setup of the Sal character, where he might go with the Penguin as far as his plans go. Maybe he'll cooperate with him now with the peace offering that he gave him. And then we get to the chase scene where Penguin is being followed by some goons sent by Sophia. They capture him. They take off all his clothes. They put him in the chair. They put the gun in his mouth. She kills the other kid.
Look how sexy she looks.
And this is kind of like where she's intrigued with Oz, and we'll see this later on as well, where she's trying to pull the answer out of him. But
she had those fabulous earrings, that wonderful turtleneck dress, whatever it was. Oh, she looks so sexy. Oh.
She's kind of trying to pry answers out of him by kind of tearing him down, so to speak, making.
No, you forgot about the best part in the chase when he puts himself in the trunk to fool the guys, and then he comes out and the guy punches him in the mouth.
It shows his intelligence. I think that's what that shows. Oz's ability to think on the seat of his pants, intelligence. But what's more interesting than that, I think, is Sophia. We start to see the first sign of Sophia taking an almost like a morbid curiosity in Oz's brain, how his brain works, how much of a lie he would tell just to save himself, what he's willing to do, who he's willing to sacrifice.
Yeah, because doesn't Vic's friend get killed here?
Yeah. She just killed him.
And isn't he the cousin of another character that comes up later on in the show?
Oh yeah?
Yeah, this is the cousin.
Cousin of who?
Well, he's related to the other gangster nigga or the fake street nigga?
Yeah, the fake street dude. Yeah, this is the younger
Squid?
cousin. Remember?
Squid's cousin.
Yeah, Squid. Yeah, this is Squid's younger cousin. So he's now he's already dead, and yeah, Squid doesn't even know. Okay. Yeah, so I get the cheap Easter eggs and all that. Yeah,
that's interesting.
Come on, guys. Come on, really?
And then
come on.
And then we get the the body of Alphonse with the pinky missing.
Yes.
Crashes into Sophia's mansion, I guess, or whatever, the home mansion maybe. And they find the dead body, and Pinguino Man starts laughing because the plan he orchestrated with Vic has paid off. And then they go back to Brooklyn and have some Italian ice. And this is the end of episode 1. You're seeing the setup of these two characters, Vic and Oz. We're going to see their shenanigans, their adventures, kind of what kind of characters they're on, what Oz is willing to do, the things that are being foreshadowed here, all the characters being set up.
Directed by Greg Zobel. I did like some of the shots that he did. I'm not gonna lie to you.
They're pretty good.
They are good. I'm not gonna say that.
All right, so now we're gonna jump around a bit more. So feel free to do as you guys please. Jump as much as you want.
Because now we meet one of my favorite characters, who's Juice from Sons of Anarchy. Oh, poor Juice. Yeah, Juice Ortiz from Sons of Anarchy. Juan Carlos. Damn, what was his Theo Rossi? That's his name. I apologize. He was also in Luke Cage. I forgot who he was in the villain role in that.
What's his name in this? Is it like Gabriel, I think?
His role? His name what the fuck is his name? I already forgot his name. Dr. Julian Rush. That's his name.
Oh, Julian, yeah, Julian.
Yeah, and I liked him a lot, the role that he played, because he's the one that did the whole psychoanalysis of Penguin's mother, like really did the breakdown, really put her back, at that time and place where she almost made the choice to sacrifice him. He kept having the red light blinking on her and everything. It was funny, though. I like that when she noticed that they were there, Julian and Sophia, and like she started like freaking out a little bit. And like he kept telling her, like, no, everything's fine. Just go back into the... he was doing like hypnosis shit. No, it was cool. I like how they did it.
Reptilians is watching us.
Oh, good Lord, stop. Here you go.
You see them and you're like, yo, is that a reptilian? And like, go back to sleep.
Yeah, because it broke her reality at that point. Like, but it's funny because she was already put on a spell. She's caught up in her like these delusional images. So it was bugged out. Like they did that angle. Like that I did enjoy. I'll admit. But obviously it's because they had my man Juice in there, bro. Theo Rossi, he's a good actor. He be doing his shit. Now I'm always gonna be a fan of Theo Rossi, no matter what, man.
I don't think
you got him in here.
I don't think he was that impressive in this show. At least the role he was given. So, I wasn't blown away. Maybe he's better in.
No, he ain't do nothing. He ain't do nothing because he knew the show was terrible. This is a man that came from Sons of Anarchy. He knew the fucking show was terrible. He was like, listen, Colin Farrell's on this fucking project. All right, how much you guys are paying me? I'll take it. What do you... Oh, I don't even have to do anything? Keep paying me.
They're like, your character is from the heights.
I'll be on set. I'll be on the heights. I'll be on the set.
I don't
really trying to smoke in Marlboros.
You don't look like he's from Uptown?
I don't fully understand his arc aside from him being like basically loyal to Sophia because of her character, her like who she became. He's kind of got like that kind of like sociopath quality to him, but you don't really see him do anything really, and a lot of it can be explained away by
Sophia's boy toy.
But some of it
he be flipping her extra jello.
That's who, yeah.
A lot of his actions, at least in the Arkham stuff, can be explained by him just being kind of like a lackey in that scenario, where he's just working for the main doctor.
The other doctor, yeah, the main doctor that was torturing her and everything, yeah. And he felt sorry for her.
I can't even be sure if he enjoyed that part of about what happened to her, or if he's like, maybe I missed something.
I think he just added to the sympathetic story that is Sophia, because you later find out like why she was even put in the prison, and it wasn't technically her fault. Like she actually wanted to get to the bottom to the truth. We'll get to that episode now. We're still on episode 2, but yeah, just he was always there, talking with her, trying to see like the true character, and then he realized, that really wasn't her. And it's funny,
that, bro. I took a whole way different dark spin from that.
What dark spin? Nigga, he was just a boy toy. That's it.
Right, so
he was just a boy toy.
Right? There's a pattern of behavior, right? Like pedophiles work at daycares, right?
What the fuck is
Corrupt
this guy
people.
talking about?
Hold on,
Holy
I'm
shit!
weaving. I'm weaving. Let me weave. It's gonna make sense. Let me bring it back together. Politicians are usually corrupt, right?
All right, I guess.
Women that like to touch children, usually teachers, right?
Oh, good
These
lord, here we
patterns,
go.
right? Now you have to ask yourself, what kind of man wants to work at Arkham,
Right.
right? Now, if you ask me, I think I'm getting a little I don't know how to say the word proper. Masculus. Is the people that enjoy pain, BDSM.
Guys, in the comments, if you can try and
Masculine.
guess what the word he's trying to say. Thank you.
Yeah, help me. You feel me? I'm half black, so long story short, he's into pain. He's into like bondage and all
Right,
that weird
yeah.
stuff, right?
You
Oh,
mean a
yeah, true.
masochist?
And
A
Yes.
yes, yes,
masochist?
dude.
Masochist.
Yes, dude. Yes,
Damn it, why'd you
yes,
say
dude.
the
I was trying to trigger
commenters were
your brain.
supposed to do it for us? You fuck.
And basically, right, when he's seen her, this strong woman that belongs to a crime family that's being toted around as this hangman, right, being tortured, it aroused him. It made him curious. It made him want to get closer to the subject instead of doing his job, like every
This is
other
just a
fucking.
fucking bullshit, my nigga. He wanted his dick sucked. You think when he wasn't tied up in the chair, she wasn't fucking giving him the deep throat,
Wait,
like
wait,
slapping
wait.
this shit?
That's
And
easy.
then
If you
he
want to get
jumped
his
all
dick sucked, there's
crazy on his
whores. They
shit.
told us how
She
many
was probably
whores
doing the
who have
helicopters
dropped
on
him
the
in that
nigga. Come
show.
on, man.
He could have went to
No,
the Iceberg Club and got some drop head, right?
I
But
think
instead,
he was
he wants to
specifically
fuck
there
the.
to get abused while he's in that chair. Like physically, like.
And that's what I'm saying. He had his pants down. So what you think she was doing?
I
She
think
had her
No, that's
fun,
not the
I
and
think
thing.
she was.
he definitely did.
I think she
No,
was
bro.
just
It's
hitting
like
him, to be honest, and maybe some humiliation type stuff.
We're gonna watch that scene again. We're gonna get to that episode. Don't worry,
because
ladies and
they
gentlemen. We're still on
they didn't
episode 2.
feel that, right? But the point I'm making though, right, is that his arousal comes from danger. That's why by end of the show, he was one of her henchmen. I was like, what the fuck's he doing here?
Mm-hmm.
He should have got shot because he was so close to the situation, like in the beginning, he was trying to help her and rebuild her mind, right? But
Yeah.
what was she rebuilding into that he wanted to be a part of? He directly played a part in her mental recovery process by and what's the word, enabling, by co-signing bullshit.
And in the end, he goes
And he
back to
knows he could
Arkham
kill him.
to watch over her.
And he went right back to watch her. What a sick fuck.
You think
What
he's
you
You
gonna,
could
think
say,
they do?
oh,
in
he's
the
a
fighting room?
lackey, right? You could say he's
think-
a lackey, but in a weird, sick way, he gets enjoyment because he can't do nothing about it.
do you think now that she's in Arkham and he's got the upper hand, you think he's getting sloppy toppies now?
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
this fuck.
He knocks on the
Come
door during
on.
lunchtime and he just stands there with
Yeah, what the
glory
fuck,
hole.
man?
No
He be
sausage.
giving her glory hole bread.
No sausage
He
patty
has her
today.
fun.
I
She
gotta
has
provide
her
the
fun.
protein.
Look, she's adorable. All right, she can
No
do whatever the
eggs.
fuck she wants. If she get down like that, fuck it. I like it. I'm trying to get to her about this one.
You know what's
Let
weird
her
though?
tie me up. Fuck it.
This is my thing, right? The Penguin is a
Oh.
sick bastard, right? Because why would you let her live? You smothered my homie, but you let her live?
Who?
So maybe he has a role in her her rehabilitation when she's in Arkham somehow, which plays into like other theories with his power dynamic and how he's going to become more powerful. Because maybe he has plans for her since he's got political power now. When he just wants to torture her indefinitely, that doesn't make sense. Because when she gets out, she's going to come and kill you.
Who knows? I mean, we didn't even talk about the second best character in the show. The cop that's
Batman.
a
wait.
drop head. No,
He's not in it.
that's a drop head.
Oh, that guy. I didn't like him
What's the
at all.
cop's name? Yeah, what was the point of his character? He just gets high all day. That's it.
He's used to investigate the. I don't even remember. He's just used to investigate.
So what is he, like a cheap,
It's
cheap version of McNulty that gets drunk all day on the job?
He's a corrupt cop.
You know?
It's another example of the cops being corrupt in this universe. We see it again later on with Vic when he's sitting outside with the car, and the cop comes over and he bribes basically bribes a cop. Yeah, that might be it.
Yeah,
I don't really know what else to think of his character, really, aside from him being another drop addict. Oh, shit, I didn't even realize this. So when we go to visit Oz's mother again, she's wearing the dress.
Yep.
Holy smokes.
That's the same. That's the dress that she's wearing when he took her out. I mean, yeah, she took him out.
Wow.
That's the same dress that his prostitute girlfriend wears at the end.
Yeah.
And he tells me, "Tell me that you love me. Tell me that you respect what I did, mother. I love you, mother. Hey, mother, come suck my cock."
Oh, Maron.
Oh, it's like some fucking sick shit. Yeah, and then we got episode 2 here where, yeah, she's with the church. We're at the funeral, I believe, for the brother.
Yeah.
And but by then, yeah, she's already doing the investigation with the cops. She wants to know what actually happened and what this guy's doing. We didn't even talk about the part about when the drugs got robbed in the beginning. Remember?
Yeah, that's actually I wanted to talk about that. That scene was actually probably one of my favorite scenes in the whole show. That whole sequence of the van robbery, and then Oz comes out and kind of has to think quickly to like switch sides of the situation and just like shoot the guy he's trying to work with.
Bro. Why do you keep fucking with me? Get away. Not my fault. It's a cat. My fault.
Yeah, cat.
Nah, you're fine.
Does the cat jump up on your table and go?
Yeah, he's sticking his claws in my leg. Like, what's going on here?
Nice. But no, there's a lot of stuff that happens in this episode. We don't have to really get too deep into it.
No, this episode was like a little filler for me. We're just trying to
still
slowly
setting
progress
things
the
up,
story.
setting up the pieces, setting up the causes and effect. Things are moving along, relatively quickly in this world. We only have one season with Oz, so they're not gonna spread this out like a 5-season show. They're gonna move things along
like
rather quickly, which is one thing I do like about miniseries and other shows that do this kind of formula, where they move the storylines along really quickly. You see this in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. back when that came out. Fringe, which I've been watching recently, does that. You see that in there's another recent show that did that. One Piece, the live action One Piece.
Yeah.
So you're seeing a lot of the storylines kind of play out a little quicker than they would in other shows, kind of like a slow burning show like a Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul, where one storyline will take like a whole season, maybe 3 seasons.
Yeah. This one you have multiple things happening at once. Yeah,
things are going a little bit quicker, which is what I do enjoy about the show.
What do you think about when Oz had to kill one of the what's the rival mafia groups called, when they had to kill the Arab looking guy or the Mexican looking guy?
Which episode is that?
That's the second episode. That's almost at the end when Sofia Falcone captured one of the guys.
Oh yeah, and then he has
was at the drug deal.
Yeah. The knife on the other guy. It's just more just showing how he's able to think on his feet, his intelligence. Like we're starting to get to know what Oswald is capable of. In the moment, something we didn't really see in the Batman movie. In the Batman movie, he's pretty much just a thug with really nothing else going on.
And then here we see again, like you said, Oz thinking fast on his feet because Vic wasn't able to get the jewelry into the car.
Yeah.
For Johnny Vitti, so he had to kill the guy. Unfortunately,
he puts Vic in the grave. Doing a bit more foreshadowing
because of the mistake
with this character.
But my favorite part is when they grab everybody up, and then they put the knife. Well, I mean, Oz puts the knife in the bodyguard's
yeah.
And then they grab him up and they kill him in front of everybody. Shit is fucked up.
Yeah. So then the episode 3, huh? Are you talking?
I think No, Gertz is not talking. You're gonna have to mute him. You're gonna have to mute him.
What happened?
Were you trying to say something?
Wait, what happened? I was charging my phone.
No, you're fine. We just kept talking about the episode. So
Yeah, right now we were talking about the graveyard. Do you have any
When you put him in
breakdown of the
Nope.
of the graveyard?
when you
Any
put Vic in the
significance?
Mm, it was just about, I got the higher ground. You know what I mean? You're in the hole digging. I got the gun. It was pretty self-explanatory. I don't know if we could break that down any further.
Well, it's a bit of foreshadowing. It's he threatens Vic again.
Is it a foreshadowing?
If you
when
mess
you think
up,
about it,
if you mess up,
logically?
I'm gonna kill you. And then later on, Vic doesn't really mess up as badly again. I don't think, right?
Yeah, he gets his act straight. He gets his act
And
straight.
then he
basically.
still meets the same fate no matter what, which is interesting. You could pull something out of that.
But
But
remember,
that's because, like, when you make rules, you have to break your rules in order to win.
Mm.
So if you think about the end, which was very symbolic, how did they see? We're gonna be jumping around, but
Yeah, this
this
we're
is a
good. We're good
spoiler.
now.
Spoiler. Yeah,
no, it's fine.
guys.
We're on episode 3 now, so it's fine.
Yeah, but this is a spoiler. So
Yeah, we said that in the
when
that's
all
what we said in the beginning. Yeah.
when the underlings decided to kill their bosses
Yeah.
and take over,
Yeah.
I think symbolically what that represented, which was a red flag, if you're any criminal boss, it's like, wow, Vic, beautiful plan. But yeah, you ain't doing that to me, niggas. I'm killing you.
It's part
But
of
in
that.
Vic's mind, he's like, I did this for you.
Yeah. It's part of
But
that.
because I was
It's part of like the whole love thing. It's part of him seeing a penguin break down and cry in front of his mother and be like weak in front of Vic. It's and damn, I was gonna say one more thing.
But that's how you always lose. When a snake cries in front of you, it could trick you.
Yeah.
But it showed that Oswald was already vulnerable because once his mother got captured and Vic got captured, so he couldn't have like one more person, being that close to him. His mother was already a vegetable at that point too.
Vic go. He could have said, "Fucking nigga, go live in the California equivalent of Gotham in this world, whatever."
Metropolis.
He was cutting loose ends. Yeah, he was cutting loose ends. Like I get it. He couldn't have him.
To what? You found an orphan off the streets. You became like a fake Batman with your little Robin, and then you fucking hugged him to death. It's like, bro, crazy. And you thought in your sick mind you was doing him a favor, right? Because you're like, all right, this is gonna play out two ways. You're either gonna die in this world of crime shit, or you're gonna turn against me, and I'm gonna have to kill you anyway. So I'm gonna just do it now. Sorry, kid. You're good. You're a good man. You're a good man.
He played his role pretty much. That's it.
Well, that too, and the fact that he didn't want Vic to also be used against him like they used his mother against him.
Yeah, which is why I brought that up earlier. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, bro, yo, Vic, go move to Europe. Like, get up out of here. We got all this fucking drop money. You my mans. Go to college. Get the fuck out of here. You're not in the game. You're not in the game no more. If I really cared about you, what people gonna go be like? Yeah, her penguin got a little lover named Vic. We're gonna go kidnap him.
No, but that's a good point. Like we already saw what happened with Squid. When Squid tried to press Vic, you already pressed him twice, and Vic tried to pay them all. And Squid was like, "Nah, fuck out of here! Like, take me to the real dude." So it showed that he was a vulnerable pawn. He had to take him out.
Now you're stuttering.
You can't have like that in the streets, huh? I'm stuttering.
I said, no, you're stuttering.
I'm stuttering. No, I'm stuttering because I'm trying to make sure whatever.
No, if anything, Duke, that scene shows that Vic was more than willing to adjust.
And he was adjusting to the criminal life. We saw this good kid turn bad.
I'm talking about when he was trying to pay that guy off to just not fuck around, to just keep him. That's showing that he understands the hierarchy of everything. So if the penguin nigga was like, yo, Vic, you helped me get to the top, but look, I got $100,000. You gotta get the fuck out of here. That girl that was trying to tell you to leave, go leave. Go live your life. Well, what are you gonna do? You're gonna just be like, no, I want to sell drugs with you, penguin. No, like that's dumb.
The kid was ambitious. He wanted more from his life. Even in the first scene,
he could have told him like, "Go leave, or I'll kill you."
With his parents, you can see that he kind of wants more, even for his father and stuff.
I see. Yeah. But how different is he from a Christopher Moltisanti, or a Jackie Jr.?
Well,
so are you saying that Chris should have killed Tony?
I think
I mean,
Vic could
he
probably
was a vulnerable
spell.
element because Tony had to kill Chris.
I think
You
Vic,
know
Was it
what
even?
happened?
Remember watching the show? Was we even thinking of Chris killing Tony?
no.
He wanted to at one point when he found out that he almost fucked Adriana. Remember when he came to the club and shot it up, and
I
then
mean, but
still
that was
came down.
instant. Chris didn't do nothing.
But that was
I
Tard
mean, Vic didn't do
rage.
nothing. Vic didn't deserve to die.
Neither did Christopher Moltisanti, but it's just that he had to go. You know, it's just like you're on drugs. You know, I just had to kill your wife. She was a snitch.
You know why Vic really
You
died,
could
though?
flip on me on any moment. You know, it's terrible.
Vic died to make sure that you had no romanticizing about this character called the Penguin. They wanted to make sure that when this show was over, that if you was able to say, I love the Penguin, I wish I was like him, that you're a fucking sick puppy.
It's like
Like I know somebody right now that I follow on IG and they switched their name Oswald Copperpot. And I
oh
ain't
my
think
god.
nothing of it, right? Because the show just started. We out here doing our thing. You out here trying to make your bread. I get it. But by the last episode, if your name is still Oswald Copperpot, you a piece of shit, low key, because that nigga's smothering children that helped him get up. Like that's
He
crazy.
stopped watching
Man of the
episode
people,
3.
my
He
ass.
doesn't know.
What did
Smothering
Sophia say to
children.
him?
Yes.
What did she
So
say
he
to him,
was a
bro?
G. He loves his mother.
Man of the people.
He does crimes. He got his money.
Getting that money, getting
They don't
that
do the whole
chicken.
arc.
Yo, when the shit blew up, who was there looking for him? Vic. When his mother needed to get this and Vic. Vic did everything for that nigga. He smothered him. And Vic didn't have shit to go back to anyway. It's like you just violated.
But it's that Vic was already getting corrupted by the criminal life, you know? And another angle would be like D'Angelo's Barksdale from The Wire, you know, the guy that gets choked up in jail, you know, because of Stringer Bell, you know, because he was closing up a loose end because he was about to snitch, you know, on Avon Barksdale and like the whole organization.
But the
It's not
Penguin
different.
snitches, bro. The nigga literally had an envelope with pictures snitching. Like that was one of his hustles.
Yo, the game is the game. You know, there's certain people like that out there that they just
Why
snitch.
is
You
the
know,
game the
that's they
game when
hustle.
somebody's trying to explain to you why you can't do something?
The game is a game, man. That's it.
That in
Shit is
itself is
fucked
the
up.
game. The oldest game in the book.
You know, no, like I understand, but it's like, what the fuck, man? Like,
So
he had to go. He had to go.
in episode 3, at the end, we see they successfully, sold all the drugs, all the mushroom drugs in the club with the
No, but you
stripper
didn't even
girls.
talk about his girlfriend. You didn't talk about his adorable girlfriend that they show because it's like a flashback episode, if I'm correct. This is when they reveal what happened to the community when the flood happened. You know, when they broke what did they break, the dam or whatever it was?
I'm not sure if we can get much out of this.
Oh, when they try to make him look like Miles Morales on the rooftop.
Yeah, like he was supposed to be Spider-Man or something. You know,
the water CGI and stuff, pretty great. We see the flashback of Vic's character. He's got this emotional tie to this
Damn.
girl. But I don't think we really see much out of this, except for him being the given the call to leave the situation he's in, to go with this girl, to live another life. And he at the end essentially rejects it to stay with the Penguin to become more of his ambition. He wants more. He wants money. He wants power.
And you also didn't talk about the part where Vic was already at Penguin's house and they were waiting for Sophia, and Sophia forces Oswald to do his old job again. You know, because Vic had to stay home while they go on this little mission and so forth. You know, where they get the drugs, like you said, the whole drops, and like he has his girl and everything. You know? This was like another filler episode.
We meet one of the mob leaders, the Asian, the triads or whatever. I don't know what they're called.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I was saying,
at
the end of the episode, we see after successfully.
Hold on. Can I talk about this fabulous green dress that Sophia wore? I mean, she looked beautiful. I mean, yo, what was that? You know, oh my God, man, money. I love it. I love it. I mean, she's just beautiful. Just And then the other just outfit that she had, where she was able to just show her, just a little skin of the breast. Just very beautiful. I love the dress. Love it.
So like I was
You got
saying,
this old Chinese guy. Yeah, my fault.
at the end of the episode, we have, after a successful mission inside the club, selling all the drugs that they, essentially Oz has stolen from her dead brother that she doesn't know that he killed. They're having this talk outside. It seems like things are gonna be friendly, and maybe these two characters now, along with Vic, they're all gonna team up and take down the Maronis. And maybe that's gonna be the conflict in this show. And then we see that, the connection is good between them right now. Things have been squashed between them, going into business. Then we have Vic coming around, driving back to Oz after trying to go meet the girl. Decides to stay. He comes back to meet Oz. He ends up saving Oz's life by realizing he's being held up at gunpoint by the Maroni's wife and her little goons.
Yeah, the goon squad comes in the hood. Let's put this to an end.
Oz jumps in the car, and then he's like, "What about Sophia?" And fuck, leave her, which is odd. And we had to wait a week to find out why that was odd, because they were just having such a nice time, right?
Yep.
They were in this situation, and yeah, so they drive off. They leave Sophia. Maybe she's dead, but it's implied that she's not dead from what he says. And then it cuts to, Oz is giving him all this praise, talking him up. And this is kind of like a solidification.
Don't they crash the car?
No, he crashes it into one of the goons.
Oh, okay.
And then kind of solidifies his position kind of in Oz's corner even more.
All right, so then we have was it episode 4?
But yeah, anything about that? Anything about that whole scene, or should I?
Nah, man, she just looks beautiful, bro.
Should we talk about the resolution of that?
Yeah, let's talk about the resolution. She's just beautiful.
The start of episode 4, we get into more of that conversation that was happening when they were at gunpoint, and we realize that basically it's revealed that Oz has killed Sophia's brother, and that's where things turn. And now we understand why he left her. And immediately he starts groveling towards Maroni, even though Sophia's right next to him. Sophia starts seeing that he will just do whatever it takes to be alive, to use whoever he wants in any situation.
You fucking scumbag. The guy's a piece of shit.
He's just talking, his lips are smacking, there's spit going everywhere, and Sophia's just staring at him like,
This fucking
asshole. And Sophia survives the scenario. She gets away. Yeah, and then we see immediately, like, yeah, this isn't going to go the way of them teaming up at all. It's starting to seem like she's the main antagonist. And then we get a lot of bit of her backstory. This whole episode is very much focused on Sophia. What she went through, how she got into the scenario of being.
Oh, look at that beautiful red dress of hers.
And we see a lot of nice outfits from her. And
yeah, she's very beautiful.
You see her father, God. Carmine, wonderfully acted by Mark Strong. I believe that's his name. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Mark Strong?
And he's trying
That's his name?
In these flashbacks, he's trying to sort of set her up to be the leader of the family. Says you're going to take over. I don't think he has much confidence in his son Alphonse. He sees her more as maybe more level-headed, more willing to take on the task at hand. But before that, we see her mother being
a scene. Yeah,
her mother was hanged or hung. It's a very touching scene.
I believe the mother was already hanging at that moment.
She walked in the room and she was hanging, and then we get a little bit of a flash forward to her with her father. this whole conversation.
Yeah.
She
Beautiful
goes,
dress.
she
Look at
starts,
that one.
she starts
Look at that dress she's wearing.
investigating. She starts investigating what's going on with her father. There's a reporter involved. She's now wondering perhaps if her father did it, or she's maybe in disbelief that her father could do it. She goes to meet this reporter to kind of get
She wasn't
more
supposed to go there.
Holy shit. Yo,
Yeah.
guys, I just had the craziest mind freak.
My
What happened now?
Every character in Gotham has parent issues. Vic lost his family to a flood. Sophia's father killed her mother. Batman's family got boomed. The Penguin's mother's a whore. Like, does anybody have a normal family in this universe?
The royal gang from Batman Beyond.
No. It was a family of criminals. At least they stuck together.
I was Ace an android? I don't really know. I think so.
Hold on, am I lying though? How did Batman get Robin?
Yeah, there's a couple of stories. With
Yeah. You're right.
How did Batman get his other Robin?
Which
How
Robin?
did Batman get any of his Robins?
There's like 8
Oh.
of them. They should do a multiverse movie of all the Robins.
And they could be preying on the orphans.
Oh, good Lord. Here you
that's
go.
sort of the theme of Batman as a whole, the whole orphan thing.
I think that's the theme of everybody in Gotham.
Selena, yeah. Her father is Falcone.
She took her niece in the yard and killed her mother. Like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, that part too, yeah.
Yeah, well, what did Sunshine say? Victory has 100 fathers. Defeat is an orphan.
Yo, my chest hurts. Yo, bro, everybody gets smoked. Oh, shit. If you get married in Gotham, your chances of dying just went up 100%.
So Sophia talks to the reporter, and the reporter mysteriously dies.
That's why the liberal left love DC so much. It makes mad sense now.
Oh, good Lord.
Let's not get political.
Yeah, let's not get too into that, yeah.
The Riddler literally orphaned half of Gotham, and everybody said, yeah, I love Batman movies.
All the incels on the Twitch chat, all their names were Orphan 1, Orphan 2.
Together, we are orphans.
Then we see the police officers remove Sophia's clothes, and then for this scene, we're going to play this in 0.25 speed, just to see if we can catch any details. But no, she went to talk to the reporter, and then, she's going through all these problems. Her father, it's implied that he basically, between Oz and her father, basically ratted her out. They're going to use her.
Yeah, orchestrated her, yeah.
The fall
Hey,
guy.
look, that's all they did to her, since the father known for killing bitches.
Yeah, they used her as the fall guy for his crimes of the strangulation of all these women.
Whose smart idea you think that was? The Penguins or the fathers?
It's heavily implied that it was Oz's plan to do that.
Yeah,
that he
that's Oswald's plan. But see, how about this angle? Is it
to protect Carmine and kind of show loyalty? Because he knows Carmine would do anything to remain in power.
But what if Carmine wasn't actually killing those girls? What if it was Oswald the whole time, and he was lying to the prostitute lady?
I think he would.
To the madam, I believe.
He might have known, being his driver and shit like that.
But what about the mother though? Because that don't make sense then.
What's that?
The whole thing was that he's misogynist. He killed the mother, so he probably had guilt. So he started killing these innocent girls. Psychosis, you know what I mean? Versus the Penguin, who actually likes girls and pays them well because they keep coming back.
Yeah, sure.
And he's a mama's boy. I don't think I ever seen him in the whole show smack a woman.
No, yeah, you're right. Maybe just Sophia.
Yo, he didn't even smack Sophia. He has a weird code. So he's willing to kill men and little boys, but he won't touch women.
It's funny now that you bring that up. I just realized that he sets her.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah,
he sets her up twice essentially. He sets her up the first time in the past where she goes to Arkham and he sets her up again at the end. And she goes
I think
back
he
to
feels
Arkham.
bad for her.
I don't think that.
No, I think there's implied sympathy towards her. That's why he said in the back, he was like, yo, I thought you would have understood by now. Because she used to get shit on my own family, and now she's trying to be like him.
Yeah, she is taking a lot of the qualities out of.
And in a sick, twisted way, he did want to do business with her. He didn't want that shit to go sour where he had to, like, abandon her. His card got pulled too early.
He would do anything, really. I don't know if he had.
Yeah, he's a go with the flow type of guy.
I think his main goal until the end of time would be for him to be on top, no matter what. He would push anyone over to get there. We see that
but he
with
could
his
have just been.
brothers.
She would have just been his proxy because she would have been the face.
Yeah, I mean, maybe in the short term, but I mean in the long term, I don't think that's his character. I think his character is more to push anyone out.
Trust me, he don't want to work more than he has to just to have power. He could have smoked at the top, but I'm saying for what it's worth, you have a business partner that you could trust, you're going to just take over more area. You're not going to just kill him because you want more power, because you need people to work too.
Yeah.
You can't just find lackeys.
Oh, crap. Keep talking. We gotta fix this.
And remember, she had a whole family under her control at one point, so she, like, sacrificed everything.
I'm waiting to see when we talk about Magpie, her best friend in jail.
We can talk about it now.
Girl.
I wasn't going to touch on it. You can go over it.
I don't know. Yeah, they did kill her, didn't they?
Yeah, she killed her.
But don't isn't she a freaking whole character?
Yeah.
Why they did her like that?
So what is her actual character arc?
Let's look it up.
You know, because like in the show, I thought she was just a bumbling idiot. You know, I really didn't care too much. I thought it was funny. She was like the schizo one. And then you had the other weird one that was trying to get her to kill. They were engaging in a prison fight or in prison combat. And that's when the first time, the Kumatang, and that was, and this is also the first time that Sophia gets a look at Bliss. You know, because I think before that she doesn't even know. And so they only get it when they're good. All the psycho people, you know.
But that's weird. So you tell me Arkham was growing mushrooms to drug the patients?
Yeah.
And nobody in the government said this might be a bad idea?
Wouldn't it be considered like an anesthetic of some sort? Or like a medicine?
Let me read this wiki entry.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Growing up, Margaret Pye loved shiny things and wanted them all for herself. She was ridiculed for her obsession and nicknamed Magpie. This obsession just got stronger as she grew up, and she took a job as a curator of the Gotham City Museum of Antiquities to be surrounded by the valuables she loved. This love became compulsive jealousy when she realized she would never possess the antiques around her. Margaret's mind snapped, and she started a crime wave as Magpie. She made booby-trapped duplicates of famous museum pieces and put them in place of the genuine article. She felt she was taking what was rightfully hers, not stealing. She also recruited a small gang of thugs to ensure that she was never caught. She was a harsh employer, killing any goon that failed her expectations. You hear that, gooners?
So she's
like
a Catwoman-like character. That's funny. That's cool. I like that. So it's funny. So Catwoman's half sister.
I'm gonna skip to
killed another Catwoman.
I'm gonna skip to a clowny part of this whole article. This wiki entry.
Oh, good lord!
Margaret Pye's body was reanimated along with several other villains during the Blackest Night. She received a Black Lantern ring. She has been terrorizing the city and tearing out the hearts of innocents to feed on their emotions and life force when they're feeling most fear.
Absolutely terrible.
We went from something grounded to fucking, well, kind of grounded to something fucking Omega Clown level.
Oh, DC's known for that.
Fucking Black Lantern ring. After being reanimated.
She had the George Floyd ring.
Oh my god, these writers, dude.
She had the I Can't Breathe ring.
But yeah, she gets
Oh
killed.
my god, you're gonna get us canceled.
She gets killed in the El Penguin show by Sofia Gigante.
Yo, after
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say nothing. Yo, what if George Floyd was a lantern and after they
Oh, good lord.
You should see my face right now. If we were
Kamala
in the same room
Harris,
together.
you have been chosen by the lantern for.
Anyway. We see Sophia's traumatized experience in prison. They unleash an unshackled psychotic employee / prisoner on her. And she does what they wanted her to do. To act in a self-defense.
She kills herself.
But in a very almost deranged manner.
But she didn't commit self-defense, actually.
Oh, wait, no. You're right. Sorry.
She stopped.
I misinterpreted that. Yeah.
She stopped, and the girl took the fork from her and killed herself.
It's Magpie who's annoying her later on, and then she kills her with the...
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah, because at this point, they just use that as the catalyst to just start torturing her. That's it.
They break her.
Yeah.
In the asylum.
They just start breaking her with one. Oh, look at the bottom of her feet.
Goodbye, Magpie. She screams, "I told you I'm innocent," while she killed another inmate for no reason. Oh,
so
my
for
goodness.
My foot fetish dudes, they probably love this scene.
I don't know what scene you're looking at.
When she's on the floor, crawling, and she starts removing the paint off the prison wall.
Oh yeah. We see that same pattern later on at the final episode.
Yep.
Her mother's bedroom or her bedroom. It's like the wallpaper in there. Which is an interesting visual for her, like tearing away the kind of the fabric of her mind.
Yeah.
Maybe, in a sense. She's truly becoming a villain. Then we see her with Mr. Julian, and then we get the real scene of the night. This scene was distracting, to say the least. The subtitles are covering her nice performances, both performances there. She gives this whole speech.
Oh, you're talking about this.
Yeah, they want they want her to basically leave. They think she is going to leave by judgment of this scene. They think she's.
I love this yellow dress that she wore. It was fabulous.
Yes. I
loved her hair. It was very Joan Jett, you know, very rocker. Oh, I loved it. Oh, I loved it. Oh, look at her beautiful assets. Oh, it's amazing. Let me find a girl like this.
Fellow Gooners, do you agree?
Fellow Gooners. All the Gooners that fell in love with her, because I'm one of them.
Tell us if you gooned.
You gooned. I've gooned many times. Many times.
So yeah, we see her kind of talking shit to all of them. Kind of like a final goodbye to her family. She doesn't really give a shit what they say at this point, because she's already got it planned out. They're all gonna die. And then she kills them all with the carbon dioxide.
Was that scene supposed to be like a female empowerment scene? Like, what was that about?
It certainly felt like it, and I guess, you know, it's just a character, you know, using a feminine weapon like poison to kill her enemies and get an advantage, get what she wanted. I don't know if
some people were saying that this was alluding to Poison Ivy. Some people were saying there was like an Easter egg to that, because remember she was sleeping in the garden. She was sleeping in the garden with the kid.
Perhaps.
So they're saying that maybe in the next movie we're probably going to see something of that.
Maybe she's Poison Ivy.
No,
yo,
no, that's cheap.
What's homie from Sons of Anarchy? What's his name?
You mean my man Juice, Theo Rossi, aka Dr. Julian? Oh, they make him Poison Ivy?
What if he's like scared? I feel like he'd end up being Scarecrow or something.
You think they're gonna make? You think they're gonna make him Scarecrow?
I
didn't even think about that.
I don't think so.
Yo,
I mean, they could do
Ain't-
that, but I don't think so.
I didn't even think about that. Wow.
What about Harley Quinn? Isn't she in Arkham?
At this time period,
She would be the regular. She would be a regular person still.
Well,
technically, but this is the thing. Joker doesn't meet her till later on.
Movie, right?
no,
I'm
Joker's in there.
Yeah, Joker's in there. Yeah,
He's at the end of
But
the
maybe she
first.
would be in there,
He's at the
yeah.
end of the
In
first
the end?
movie, laughing with Riddler.
Yeah, so there's a possibility that some what's her name? Not Selena.
Harley Quinn.
Is it Harley Quinn? I thought what's her real name?
Quinzel something.
I forgot.
is that her name? I didn't know
So,
that. Oh, that's
Harley
funny.
Quinn's not her real
there's so many
name. That's her
Batman
stripper name.
storylines.
Villains, yeah.
Like they changed.
Yeah, but
they changed the Penguin's name in this from Oswald Cobblepot to Oswald Cobb.
Yeah.
The writer said it was too silly of a name, so he changed it. Which I don't really understand. I think maybe he wanted to fit more with the kind of like Italian type of family thing.
Yeah, exactly. This is why he did that.
Her name was Deanie.
Hmm?
Her name was Deanie.
Deanie?
Where's her full name? The fuck?
Real name Harleen Quinzel.
Arlene Quinzel?
Yes.
Ah.
And also on this page is Batman's real name. You guys want to know Batman's real name?
No, please tell me. I don't know. Anyways, look at this beautiful dress that Sophia is wearing. I mean, my God. Look at the earrings that
that's
she
not her
wore.
real name. That's her real
Beautiful
stripper name.
necklace.
Bruce
Arlene
Wayan.
Quinzel is her stripper name. That's
It's
not
Bru-
her real name before.
His Batman's real name is Bruce Wayan. I think he's French. So episode 4, we see he starts fucking with the Maronis. He kidnaps
it
their
is her real
son.
name.
He
Yeah.
kidnaps him. He starts trying to negotiate
What the fuck
with
is Deanie now?
Maroni, and then he talks to the prison guard to essentially give Maroni a red jacket, which I guess means to stab F out of him. The police begin interrogating Sophia to find out how her whole family died and why the girl was... Later on, they try and investigate why the girl was in the garden with her when she's in the mental institution, or no, the orphanarium. Orphanage, should she be?
Yeah.
And then she tortures this guy and her family. She likes torture. She's a big torture person, tortureman. Any thoughts as I'm rambling on about this?
No, yeah, I was actually going to mention, didn't she receive the files from Oz by then? The pictures of who he was sleeping with, the lady?
Did we skip
Yeah,
that?
you see, yeah, you did skip that. You just wanted to talk about her assets. That's it.
Yeah.
And then you went straight to the killing.
Both of her performances.
Yeah, both of her performances. Absolutely amazing. The left and the right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, what she received the information, she threw it on Oswald, you know, she had she poisoned everybody in the family except him and basically told him, you're going to help me, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, he's all tied up here, getting tortured and shit. I think he was supposed to call the die low. That's what it was, if I'm correct.
Called it die low. And the die low... The Dilo told him that
it's a magical place.
It is a magical place.
Niggas getting blown up.
Yeah, the die low. He called the die low. And I think this is also the time period where Vic is coming back to the house to pick up Oswald's mother to take her to Crown Point, I believe. Because she's no longer safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like losing. She's already losing her mind at this point, I believe, because I think she's in the bed.
She's always losing her mind.
Yeah, like she left the pot on, turned everything off. what was it? The refrigerator was open and all this craziness.
Remember when she tried to take a bath?
Yeah, that's later on. Yeah, so she slips back and forth.
So Penguin tries to get his mushroom drugs, back from the Maronis. He tries to make an exchange with the Sun. The Sun is covered in gasoline, which I might have think they would probably have smelled it being in that kind of small room, but maybe not. Especially when she goes over to him, it's a bit of a plot hole because when she embraces her son, she would definitely smell that he's covered in gasoline, or maybe it's something else. Maybe it's an unscented, flammable liquid.
Unscented?
Yeah, none of that really made any sense. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Maybe it's just like pure alcohol mixed with something. Maybe a fragrance could be. But if it's if it's gasoline, she would have smelled it. And then there's a bit of plot armor here because they get ambushed, but Penguin still manages to basically take the guys out. He becomes John Wick in this scene, which wasn't great, but I wish he would have at least taken a bullet or like a graze.
He literally shot an M16 with no kickback. You know that, right? He shot an M16. Come on.
If you get into the real logistics of gun stuff, you're gonna have a hard time watching film and movies, and TV shows.
Yeah, that's why I was like, that shit is terrible. Like he just picked up the M16 and just started shooting it like that. Come on, man, get out of here.
Yeah, we see him burning Maroni's wife and son. He's kind of got a grin about him. And yeah, then he gets his drugs back, but his drugs are all dying. All his drugs are fucked. He's got to throw out a bunch of them.
He only got 2 left, I believe, right?
Got 2. He went on this whole Minecraft mission. He brought the mushrooms back from his mining expedition.
You know how hard it is to mine underground? You gotta get a torch.
So then he gets a call from his on his phone from the guard that was supposed to kill Maroni. Now I don't know how the hell Maroni escaped. Fucking was it Black Rock Prison or whatever? Blackgate? I said Black Rock Prison. He escaped the Chinese prison. But he's got his phone, I guess, and he's got the key. He got the keys to get out. Essentially, when that guy tried to kill him, maybe it was late at night when no other guards were on duty. And yeah, Maroni's still alive and kicking. He's got a wound, but he's coming after him. And Oz thought he might have gotten rid of the Maroni problem by taking out his wife and son, but he's still got the old man now who's on the run. He thought he
didn't talk about my favorite part.
Which part?
My favorite part was Sophia wore that fabulous fur jacket with the black dress. And her hair was all wild.
How did you know I wasn't going to talk about it? That's literally the next scene.
Oh, my favorite scene. Oh, she looked. Oh God, her makeup. Oh, she's like a fucking whore. You know those those wild ones.
All right, let's
not
say that word on YouTube.
I mean, how many different looks did she have in this show? I ain't gonna hold you.
We're on YouTube.
I love
here.
each one.
Let's play by the rules. I love each one. Let's not call each other faggots on birthdays. Let's chill.
Like by the end of the show, she looked like an angry single mother.
I liked her in the yellow dress. I think that was peak Sophia for me.
No, I like this one right here, and I like the green dress too. I like the green dress. I'm not going for it, but I like this one right here with the fur outfit. This is very hood. This is very hood rich for me. Hood rich, especially she's holding the duffel bag with all the money. This is very hood rich. I love it. I love this scene. Oh, it's so powerful.
She's channeling her inner Amy Winehouse.
Oh, I love it. Oh, look at her. I love those earrings that she's wearing too. Oh.
I hated this scene where she changes her name. I was like, "This." I didn't like it. The name is rough. She pronounces.
How do you feel?
She pronounces it very.
How do you feel about when she killed the guy? Fuck the name. The name doesn't matter. What about when she killed the guy?
That was just a show of force, show who's in charge. She questioned him. He shouldn't have done that, He pays the price for not being loyal to his capo. For those
the capos.
For those Soprano fans out there, loyal to his capo.
They all started rushing for the money, the blood money, as they say.
The blood.
That was a
money.
nice little touch.
Yeah, visual, nice visual. Yeah. So it's funny here if we can kind of do like a call forward to the last episode where Sophia is offering these goons money, right? And we can see that they're kind of not respectful about the money. They kind of just grasp at it like savages. And it's funny that later on the Penguin offers them power and offers them to take out their leader and basically climb up the ladder. Whereas here it's just like a monetary exchange. Like, be loyal to me. Here's money. Here's some money. Here's some money right now. You could run away with this. This isn't stable. This is an unstable relationship that we're building here.
And they claim that crime doesn't pay. All right, so I'm not too sure here.
Whereas the Penguin was offering them, jobs underground, stable. You could say that he restored the power in Crown Point. Sort of building the community, not just trying to build off of fear. You always fear. You don't understand. And yeah, like I said, I guess I kind of made my point.
It's almost like he tried to build a family.
So we're seeing Crown Point all in the rubble. We see Squid is peeking around the corner doing crimes.
Giving direction.
What's Oz's mother's name? I forgot. Damn it.
Ma.
Ma.
His name was just Ma.
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 My mother.
Don't do this to me, Ma.
My mother.
Love me, Ma.
Look at my mother.
We're seeing all these
Mother, look.
condemned
At the
buildings.
penthouse, mother.
The people are still living in the condemned buildings. And, when I'm watching her in this state, it kind of reminds me of family a little bit. It's kind of rough. I'm sure some other people might have had a similar feeling, perhaps. You gotta take care of your family.
What, about her being senile?
Yeah, her being senile and
Yeah.
and weak. Yeah.
Shit trash.
See your parents go.
I mean, but we find out why. Like, she really super regressed.
Yeah.
Kept forcing herself to drink, and it's just those are just the consequences.
Yeah.
Those vices that we attach ourselves with.
Don't kill your brothers, guys. It's not a good choice.
Oh, good.
Things go real sour, I think. Right, guys?
Here's another good scene.
We are against sibling aside.
When she was telling him, I had enough love for you. You didn't have to take them from me.
Oh,
I was like, damn.
Pulling on the heartstrings.
Yeah.
That shit hurt. I ain't gonna hold you. Because nobody ever gets enough love in their lifetime, so.
Yeah. I
We
mean,
see,
it does suck.
Oz and his girl. Oh, I forgot her name. There's a lot of names I don't know. The Madame. They are having a discussion. It's not going well for them. They are having a fight, and Oz kind of throws the vase across the room. He's unhappy.
My girl.
No, it's because at this point, she realized she's putting the girls in danger, because she's working with Sophia, the hangman, everything that happened.
Yeah.
And it's funny that Oswald, the madam, and Sophia had that little girl moment,
Oh, that's later.
Where they're
That's not
taught.
yet, right?
I don't know if it's this
bonding
episode.
over
I think
I don't know. That's later on.
no, I think it's the next episode, yeah.
What were you gonna say? Mr. Adam Black Sandler? Rabbi?
Not saying they was bonding over and niggas ain't shit.
When what?
Basically.
When the what?
But what he was saying is that the women were bonding over the idea that men can be manipulative. They don't see the true potential in the woman, and so forth.
And they're all victims.
I don't even want to use like the victimizing aspect,
No, that's
because
why they did it. That's why she didn't kill him.
Sophia was a victim.
They both was
and-
victims.
Yeah, both of them to the shit, like
But the difference, the other one understood she was a victim and used it to her advantage.
yeah, she weaponized it, yeah,
She
basically.
found strength in it.
So I understand that also, but like I said, it was an interesting scene of seeing both of them interact. These two women that are also involved with Oswald's life. One that he loves and one that he can care less for.
Oof.
You know,
Big oofers.
I don't think so, bro. I'm telling you, in a sick, twisted way, his character had a soft spot for Sophia, and
Probably.
instead of just killing her, he tortures her.
But I don't think he liked his madam either. Because he forced her to be his mother at that moment. So was she really her? Or was he in the image of a mother? I mean, his mother. Yeah, but even those performative role plays, like we all know what happens in those DVDs. We've seen it.
Wait, what?
No, I meant like performing like she's doing her job. Like she showed up to do her job. She didn't show up to love him. If he says, "Bitch, do you love me?" She's gonna say, "I love you," because she gotta get her check at the end of this shit.
Well, my co-host was lost, and what I was trying to explain is that there are certain people that perform sexual role play with each other. Well, they'll take on
those
a
are
role.
normal people.
Yeah, they do that all the time. It can be strange at times.
You could do that in a healthy environment,
He said a healthy environment.
Yeah, when two grown adults.
You can role play in this healthy environment.
But when you literally got your mother in a room dying, and then you walk into another room with a prostitute wearing your mother's dress, talking about "Tell me you love me, ma," it's like that's not the same.
Yeah, it's like the mother can't. It's weird, yeah, because it's not like the mother can't hear in the other room. Yeah, it's kind of fucked up. Yeah.
I think the mother's crying. She's like, "Kill me! You said you would kill me. You promised."
Kill me!
Did you think about that? The fact that the mother made him promise that he would kill her if she ever went vegetable, and she's a fucking vegetable crying every day that he won't kill her.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
that's funny.
That was another.
I forgot about that too. That's it. Yeah, you brought that up. That's another good one. Yeah. So yeah, so people did got that scene wrong. Yeah. That's all she. Yeah, to see the spotlight. Yeah, that's it. She'll be able to see the sun and the moon. That's it.
Yeah, that was what you asked for.
Oof.
Yeah, oh, is that why she's crying at the end? He says it's because he says it's because that's what she wanted, but actually, she's
God said you're gonna get that shit, but you're gonna be a cripple.
Fuck, I missed that. Damn, that's a good.
Yeah,
catch.
yeah, you gotta. Yeah, you gotta understand. Black Sandler pointed out that that Oswald promised to his mother that he would in fact, kill her if she gets to that point.
Jesus.
She didn't want it. She said it. She didn't want to be drooling like an idiot. So now that she's stuck in the bed, it's kind of it's very strong. As I'm saying, the fact that he took the essence of the mother and then made the madame wear the outfit, and like you alluded before in the first episode when he was watching the television, that's what he envisioned his mother to be. That lady that was dancing on the stage and everything, and everybody's playing music. The whole spotlight, the glitz and glamour, living in the penthouse. And now, he has this. We keep saying there's nothing more than a prostitute, wearing his mother's dress. And he's like, "You mother, tell me that you love me, mother. As I finger you real good, mother. I finger you. I finger your box.
Oh, my God.
I finger your box. Tell me that you love me, mother.
Where are we going?
Tell me that you love me, mother.
What is happening?
It's sick. That's what I'm saying. Like, this show is sick. Like, it's terrible.
It's rated R Batman.
Terrible in every manner.
It's rated R Batman without Batman.
It doesn't make it a good show. It doesn't make it a good show. It makes it a bad show in my eyes.
I don't think it makes it a bad show, but you are right.
This is the theme that you guys use?
I think
this is the theme you guys want to use? Come on.
It's what they decided to do. I don't think it's good or bad. I think it's what they decided to do. Not every show is going to be the best show. Not every show is going to be number one. People don't necessarily go out to try and make something bad. They make decisions and they do the best that they can, really.
I think if they made a show like this for the Joker, it would suck.
I don't want them to touch the Joker at all. I think everyone has had enough Joker for...
They're going to do it.
Though, right?
They're going to do it, apparently.
Watch the Joker have a mental breakdown for like 8 episodes. That shit is crazy.
I can't do... I really...
Joker breaking down for 8 episodes? Which episode is the one that he gets raped? Which is that one?
Oh, my God. You can't... Let's not say that one either on YouTube's.
Yeah,
Holy
grape.
shit.
You gotta say grape.
He
You gotta say grape. Good
He
boy.
gets
Yeah, you gotta say grape or essay.
Yeah, S8. He gets sad. Yikes.
Oh
It's
my
crazy how
God.
we made things not what they are now just so that we could say them.
Well, we've been doing that for decades. You know.
It's like by the time you tell a girl you want to get like some head, you're gonna be like, "Let me get head emoji" or some weird shit. Like,
Oh my God.
and she's gonna send you the no head emoji.
Babe.
The Zoomers are talking in hieroglyphics, is what you're
Babe.
telling me.
Sloppy toppy? Question mark?
Yeah, everybody gonna be speaking hieroglyphic. She gonna be awesome.
Oh my god.
That's true equality right there. You don't need to have game. Just know what you want.
We get
So
to
we're on
this-
episode 5 or 6 right now.
We get to the scene almost the end of episode 5. We get to the scene where Mr. Maroney is visited by Sophia.
And she's wearing this beautiful
Oh my
black
God.
dress. And the performance of her side A and her side B, I mean, it was a remarkable performance, especially from her. I mean, wonderful makeup. I mean, she just looks like one of those old school ones you'll find, in the club. Just grab up, and just.
You know what's interesting is that another thing that's interesting, kind of like a tide of things that are tied together in the show, is that Maroney gets kind of stabbed and gutted, and so does Oz at the end. Maybe that's another thing that's intentional. I'm not sure.
How did you feel when he had a heart attack?
Well, we'll get to that in a bit, maybe. Right?
Who had a heart attack?
Oh no, that's later on.
All right. Yeah, it's later on. We'll get to it.
But yeah,
Alright, so
they
she's here
essentially make an alliance against Oz because Oz has fucked them both, killing members of their family. They have, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, essentially.
My friend, yeah.
And then we get this nice, regular, normal scene of Oz, cuddling with his grandma. I mean, his mother. Sorry, I said grandma. His mother.
There was nothing normal about this scene.
It's very normal, and especially the part when she says, "Get off me," it was very.
Why did you bring me here? Because she was reminded of the old apartment where they used to live at. That's why. So she hated it. So this is another part where she's already starts gaining back her memories.
Get off me!
Get off me!
What kind of a man can take care of his own mother? Get off!
Come on, mother!
Yo, I know why this nigga killed Vic, bro.
Wow.
Remember when Vic brought up the story about his brothers, and he was like, "Don't you talk about my brothers."
You're making it worse.
This nigga now.
You're making it worse.
You're making it worse.
You didn't say worse. You said voice.
You're making it worse. You're making it worse.
Making it
worse. You're making it worse. What are you doing there, Vic?
Who you think had the better accent, the grown up or the child?
I like the child actor.
No, the kid was actually pretty good. Funny that you bring that up. Yeah, I actually like the kid.
Ma, when we gonna go to Costco and film with the Costco guys,
coming
Ma?
out in the next 2 years.
I want to give this episode of Penguin 5 booms.
Ooh.
You guys probably don't know that cringe
reference. No, I don't.
There's an Italian family on TikTok who goes to Costco and they start filming themselves buying stuff.
All right, moving along here, ladies and gentlemen. We see
it's
this
a viral sensation. It's called the
another
Costco
part here
guys.
Where Vic
Cousin
and,
Angelo, what's that smell?
Pinguino finally finds a place to lay the mushrooms and grow. There's a lot of symbology there. There
it was like Batman.
What part are we looking at?
The ending of episode 5.
Oh, where he unlocks the tunnels. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's very Batman-like.
I was wondering.
Did you ever pause the screen?
The map.
No, I didn't see it.
They show a map and it shows Wayne Towers on the map.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
that's how Batman be getting around.
Batman doesn't live in the mansion in this universe. He lives in Wayne Tower in this universe.
Okay. So he watches over everything.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying Batman uses the tunnels too.
Yeah, he does. I was wondering if he would, appear out of nowhere, like, oh, what the fuck are you guys He's like extending
Like a
the
short
back
cameo.
cave, and he just sees a bunch of people growing mushrooms. They look at him like, "Who's this guy wearing black eyeliner in here?"
So in episode
it's
6, how
funny?
much time do you think passed?
It takes time
That's
for
a good
mushrooms to
question.
grow, so
Yeah, the mushrooms takes
But
a lot of time to fucking grow.
These
all
are
right?
Minecraft mushrooms, though.
These are
Well,
Minecraft
okay, so
mushrooms now?
what's interesting is the episode starts with like we see snow, kind of signifying that the season has changed at the very least.
So are we in
I would
December or
say-
January?
I would say anywhere 6 months in that range probably has gone by.
All right. Trying to add some
Let's say
logic in here.
they've spent 6 months kind of.
well, let's
looking
be
to
realistic,
find
right?
cause.
If a fucking flood destroyed Manhattan, how long would it take before they put the Batman light back on?
I mean, the Batman light would be on right away, right?
Yeah, the Batman light would be on because, the Batman has Batman privilege.
The thing that
But I
the
thought
writer
the building that the Batman light was on was messed up or something.
I
In
don't
the
know.
show?
I gotta check that over.
I don't remember that.
Did they even
Because
mention?
at the end they showed the Batman signal, but they
Yeah,
never
that
showed
was
the
towards the
Batman
end, that's
signal
it.
throughout the whole show because it wasn't it wasn't shining.
They never showed it, and they never made any mention of him. I think they only talked about him, in I think in one of the TVs in one of the
In the
episodes. Like it was
start-
like an Easter egg.
In the start of the first episode, they talk about Batman saving people and helping them with the flood stuff, and then at
Yeah,
the
and this
very
is another episode.
at the very end, we see them turn the light on. But
Okay.
they should have mentioned him at least once, not like on TV, but within the crime family. Like at least somebody had a story maybe where they ran into him.
But he wasn't busting crime. He wasn't doing none of that.
So the
He was
writer
doing humanitarian aid shit.
the writer has come out and said that essentially Batman is revising his whole strategy and kind of like not only using fear but also using hope to inspire people, kind of give people hope, not only just be a terrifying kind of symbol, and also that he's retooling his whole Batcave and stuff. And that might be why, like in the first movie, we see him not totally have full control over his tools, with him flying into the bridge and shit. And then,
Oh, that makes sense.
You guys remember, like in the final act, like Act 5 of the movie, where he injects himself with like the Bane juice. You guys remember that part?
Batman?
Yeah.
He
So
injects himself with the Bane juice? No
yeah,
way.
So
Like adrenaline.
one of the guys like shoots him in like the chest with a shotgun, and then he like falls over, and he's like dazed and confused, and then he has like a little pouch where he's got green liquid, and he injects himself, and then he goes into a tard rage and starts beating up the Riddler follower guy.
Oh shit, I did
And
not
then,
remember that part.
Catwoman has to pull him off, and he balls a fist in front of his face while being angry, So that it shows that maybe Batman is the creator of Venom, possibly.
Oh, so he came up with Berserk?
Manufacturer.
What's that?
Does Lucius Fox exist in this universe?
I would hope so.
Because wasn't he like one of the main ones doing all the stuff?
Yeah, he's
Like Wayne Enterprise?
the R&D and stuff.
Oh my god.
But yeah,
Good old Morgan Freeman.
Are we gonna talk about my favorite part where Dr. Julian is having what I presume is a hot nasty sex
tantric
with Sophia.
experiences
With Sophia.
in this rate. I wonder if the movie's gonna be rated R too. I hope so.
No, there is. It has to be.
Well, the last one was fucking
After how
T,
they did the show.
and then this one's R. I don't know.
Damn, bro.
Why am I seeing this
I
guy's
can't think of
pubes?
one DC superhero that doesn't have a family that got murdered that made them a superhero.
Or a super villain.
It's always been like that. That was
Peter
the point.
Parker.
Yo, imagine being
Yeah.
the strongest person on the planet, but you have to lose your planet in order to be that person.
Oh my god. Well, that's what happened with Goku and Superman.
I was just about to bring up
Oh, yeah.
Goku.
Yeah. Oh man.
Good
And then we
times.
see Maroni cooking the foreign food for Sophia.
What do you think
And
about this dress that she was wearing? How
this
beautiful it
this
was. That
scene
beautiful lace dress.
this scene right here of them enjoying the meal together is the most normal scene. Like they could have made this real weird and creepy, like all the other relationships in this show, but this was like the most normal.
She
Like
just
just
finished having
them.
sex with her boy toy.
She's just like
No, showing her power.
enjoying a
It's two bosses
meal
talking.
with Sal.
You know, it's a beautiful scene. I loved it. Look at her beautiful lace dress. Oh, I loved it. Beautiful dress.
It's a great scene.
Yes.
He starts crying about his boy.
Yeah, it's messed up.
Hold on, I'm gonna be right back.
It's pulling at the heart.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Let me see. Vic is over there freezing.
Oz is trying to get the
You know, because they can't get the
on.
power to work.
Yeah. Oh!
It's freezing them from freezing Vic.
Vic is making eggs
freezing
and
back.
sausages like a family. Eating at the table
Eggs and
like a
sausages.
family. He brings up his little brothers.
They ain't over there.
Oz gets mad. Stop, you're making a voice. Let me just play the audio.
You're making it worse.
The fans will hear this.
So he's gonna rent this, okay?
Oh my God.
Because Jack went to pay the bill downtown. What are you doing? So that's all settled, okay?
You're making it worse,
Jack's gonna be
kid.
back home
Jack's
soon.
downtown.
Don't you be doing that shit.
So he's gonna get it
Jack's
figured out.
downtown.
Stop it, you're making it worse. I'm sorry, I thought. Hey, no.
I've been doing that shit, kid.
My brother.
You don't talk about my brother. You ain't got no
You don't
right.
talk about my brother.
Understand? Oof.
You don't talk about my brother.
And maybe that was the first
killed
nail
him.
in the head for Vic, perhaps. Who knows?
Possible. But he still needed him regardless, you know, as the series progressed. You know, he was just a useful pawn.
He was very
That's it.
loyal to his capo.
You know, it's not too different than these prominent criminal organizations. You know, you're useful until they don't need you anymore. That's pretty much it.
And
Always
then
been the moral of the story.
And then he runs into Squid, who starts harassing Vic. He's got all those nice clothes on. He's walking around
wearing
the hood,
brand new
wearing
Jordans.
brand new stuff. And maybe this is something you can relate to.
Well, yeah, because he's trying to sun him right now. He's trying to punk him. He's just like, oh, you think you big now because you getting money? You know, you chilling with the other dudes. Like, I remember you when you wasn't shit. You know, you gonna put me on, or am I gonna have to show you that I'm still that nigga? And like to me, this was like like I understand the purpose of this scene, you know, but like it just showed that Squid was gonna get killed either way. I just thought Oswald was gonna do the killing, if anything.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't think it was
thought
actually
that
gonna
would be
be,
the case, that he went
Vic
down into the
himself.
tunnels, met Oz, they have a chat.
And then Oswald killed him. Yeah, he just kills him right
maybe
after.
there's a swerve where he actually does use Squid for something, but then backstabs him and all. And I'm like, no, okay, Vic kills him.
Yep.
It's still good.
Which actually caught me off guard because
Yeah.
it showed that Vic is slowly getting into the criminal world, you know? And he's becoming that person, that ruthless person,
People were
you know,
speculating
just like Oswald.
that Vic would become Victor Zaz.
And who is the character Victor Zaz, if you could break that down
So
for
we
me?
can bring that up.
I've been trying to figure that out.
He's also in the Dark Knight trilogy, mentioned briefly with Scarecrow. He's it's like a courtroom scene where he essentially determines that Victor Zaz is not a mafia murderer. He's essentially a insane,
Okay.
which is part of the whole corruption aspect, as well as Gotham law enforcement and Arkham. And that's in I think Batman Begins, I believe. That scene. But let me pull up Victor Zaz. Vicky.
Yeah, in the meantime, there's another scene here that they show, and I believe is episode. We're still on episode 6 here, where the finally Sophia and what's the other guy's name? Like he's so unimportant to me. I can care less about that guy. You know, I was just surprised that he just had a heart attack in that other scene. But yeah, they broke into the apartment to see where Becky's family is. I mean, where Oswald's mother is, but it's too late. They already got him out. You know, so now they're over there going through the apartment, looking through all these rummages the drawers, and I think they find something interesting. Actually, I forgot what it is that they find.
They find a
Let me
picture
pull
of
this.
his brothers.
The brothers. That's what it is. Yes.
And what else? The panties and the
The
photo.
panties of the girl.
Yeah.
The panties in the photo of the girl. That's what it is.
So quickly,
That's the main important part. Yeah.
Mr. Zaz or Victor Zaz is a difficult
Victor
killer
Zaz, yes, you
to
finally
track,
pointed out.
as he has no modus operandi outside of posing his victims' corpses in lifelike poses and carving a tally mark into his flesh for each kill. Zaz is motivated by believing all life to be meaningless cycles of pain, and that he is actually saving the victims from having to live on.
That's a pretty terrible way to put it.
Wait, Brandon's
No.
gonna like this part. Wait till he gets back. I mean, why did I say Brandon? Adam Sandler. Man.
Black Sandler. That's too late. Black Sandler.
Black Adam Sandler, Rabbi Man. But yeah, you were going
No,
on.
he said he'll be back.
They found the photo.
Yeah, they find a photo of the girl, and then it cuts to him coming back to the apartment.
Ma!
And he's
Oswald! Oswald!
whoa. Yeah, he's stuck in the. She's stuck in the bathtub and everything, but she's like drowning herself. Which I find interesting now because it's almost she wanted to kill herself, like the way the boys went through. So I don't know if anybody really peeped that. But then she starts crying. She's like, "Can you get me out?" and everything, blah blah blah.
And
It's
this is also
oh,
very,
yeah, and this is also the episode where she tells him
yeah.
that like if I start to like really get drooling or I'm done, you gotta kill me. Yeah, and at this point he starts to dress her up. He puts her in the outfit and everything, the beautiful diamonds and everything. I love you, ma.
Hold on.
I'm gonna give you the world, ma.
I'm gonna play the audio for the people.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I love you, ma. I'm gonna give you the world, ma.
My goddamn heart.
I love you.
I ain't gonna
love
let
you.
this goddamn vegetable. I just ain't gonna do it. You understand?
Yeah. No, what do you mean?
If my mind goes before my body's ready, I need
How many hours we got
help
there?
me.
2 or
You gotta
3?
help me die.
2 hours and 17 minutes.
Help you die.
Jesus.
I ain't thinking straight.
But now I am.
Hold on.
I won't be one of those pathetic old broads drooling, shitting themselves.
2 hours of absolutely nothing.
Staring out at nothing, with no clue what's going on, knowing just enough to make it worse. If I lose my dignity, what else I got, huh?
Oof. Oof. The people there heard what she said, but for you, I'll give you some context. She goes, if I lose my dignity, what else do I got? Huh? But she says,
Will you
I'm not-
promise?
I won't be one of those pathetic old broads drooling, shitting themselves, staring out at nothing,
Yeah.
with no
Whoa.
clue what's going on. Knowing enough to make it just make. Wait. What was that last part? I misread that.
Suck. Like it really, really sucks.
Knowing just enough to make it worse. That's kind of a profound line. I'm not really sure exactly what it means, but knowing just enough to make it worse.
Because her mind's not really there. That's why. And like we said, she was in that vegetable state, but she was crying. But it's almost as if she understood that she was in that, finally, like he achieved this dream. But it's just, we could go on and on about the series, and all the
It's
different.
beautiful. It's beautiful.
No, the series was terrible. A lot of cheap tropes. I made it very clear. A lot of stolen storylines. Just to give character to Oswald Cobblepot. He's nothing more than a comic book villain. From the Detective comic books. That's it. They should have kept him as a simple Penguin character. There was no reason to add death. You already tried that with Heath Ledger and Joker. I don't know. There was another reason why you wanted to make another a villain character with a deep storyline so we can relate to him, so we can make the next generation of psychos. What are they going to say? That all the people that follow Donald Trump are just like the Penguin? Because there was at one point where liking the Joker was considered Antifa like or against the government. All these baseless statements were being used against people that were fans of the Joker movies. So what, are you mean to tell me that now the Penguin is a positive character? Which is why I keep saying Tony Soprano is the Penguin. It's no different to me.
Perhaps you could have argued that it might have been getting there towards the end, but at the end, we definitely know he's a piece of shit.
I mean, there's people out there that are gonna say, "Oh yeah, he's a terrible character," but like, how is he any different from a character in The Sopranos? Tony Soprano is a complete piece of shit. No matter how much you like him, no, it's the truth. He's a complete piece of shit. No matter how much you like the guy. How is he different from Oswald Cobblepot?
I wonder if
how is he any different from any leader of a criminal organization?
You know how David Chase essentially wanted him to be like this piece of crap, Tony Soprano, and maybe the writer for this show was like, all right, I got to go really above and beyond to make this guy
to really make everybody hate him, unlikable at all. Yeah. Like, you just can't like this guy, and if you don't like him, there's something wrong with your kid.
But at the very least, they kind of play it through the whole thing, and we kind of see his whole arc. And for that, I gotta give him respect, because if it had just started out like, oh, he is a piece of shit, episode 2 he's a piece of shit, episode 3 he's a piece of shit, like, that's not really compelling. It's like, okay, I get it. What are you trying to tell me?
I mean, it's just to me, it was just whatever.
It's very, very cheap. Wow, what great commentary.
No, to me, it was just what I mean by that. It's just the guy's
that energy you had before we got on. You were screaming at the top of your lungs. You got your comfy blanket. You got your cigarette. You got your food. You filled your belly. Now you're
and the worst part is that
it's whatever. God damn it!
It is absolutely terrible. No, you want me to go? It's fucking terrible. Because, like I said, this show was a cheap mafia imitation. How many times can I keep saying it? You have a comic book character here. People are saying, "Oh, it's not a mafia show," but the mafia themes are there. The idea of a criminal organization being created from the beginning all the way up to the top, where we now have the kingpin, the leader of the organization, the trials and tribulations that he has to go through. It's not too fucking different at all. This is why I believe that The Wire is a far more superior product. I fell in love with the character of Avon's Barksdale and Marlo Stanfield. Two wonderful characters. Even Omar. I loved Omar a little, even though Omar was was a little weird. He was doing some weird things, some weird and questionable things in that show. But even Omar was a good character.
It's not weird, man. I don't know. I didn't watch The Wire. I can't say anything. I watched 2 episodes and I got bored.
It's just the only difference is the race. Is my belief. That becomes the issue. Yeah. Like where you have like the white Italian criminal organization, and then you have the black drug dealing criminal organization. But it's the truth. How is it any different? Because Oswald's selling drugs. Oswald's selling drugs here. How is it any different? You sure he's not working with all? You showed the people he was working with. This is why I keep trying to explain to people. You people always want to separate everything by race, but it's still a criminal organization. One group wears suits, the other group wears basketball jerseys. It's the same fucking thing, all right? Let's stop fucking kidding ourselves now. It's a terrible show, all right? How many times am I going to make it clear? It's a terrible show, And then the drug is the name Bliss. Mushrooms, that scene when they're in the club and everybody's all high and having fun. Come on, man. How's it any different from the scene where they were beating up the druggie in Adriana's club when they told him not to sell drugs in the club? They're breaking mafia rules now. I thought these guys were legitimate. Is it because Oswald has certain people in his pocket where he's able to break the rules or bend the rules? Where's the reality now? Is what I'm asking. It's a fucking comic book show, man. Come on. You guys really took this.
Why would you even try to compare a fake mafia show to a fake comic book show?
No, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, which is why I'm saying it. It's terrible.
To figure skaters.
It's terrible. That's actually a terrible analogy. You should have said.
I was trying so hard, but I couldn't grasp anything. I was hoping you was gonna come with alley-oop.
No, I couldn't. And the fact that you told me that threw me off even more.
Look, man, it's a TV show. They do what they want. If they want to take some nods from other TV shows, take some inspiration, kind of make something.
That's why I said,
man. I can't look at I can't look at this and be like, oh, this takes away from Sopranos, or if I watch Sopranos, like, oh, but this I can't enjoy Sopranos now because I saw Penguin.
It's a cheap imitation. In my eyes, it takes away from the Penguin. It doesn't give any credibility to the Penguin. I've seen many other...
Tony Sopranos getting chased by Batman.
All right, I get it. Yeah, that's cool and all. But look at all the other HBO originals that they did up to this point, And they had to taint their resume with a comic book
what you
show.
telling me is if they do an Arkham show, you're going to be like, oh, this is Oz.
Yeah, it's going to be Oz. It's going to be... Because they have the material. They have the writers.
He can't win. Everything's been done.
The Simpsons did it.
Look,
like, yo, dude, you seen an episode when the Scarecrow...
The Simpsons did it.
You gotta allow the shows to do stuff, to try new things. The show does a lot of things with character, not just its genre, not just its inspiration.
It's like I've said before. My issue is that they want to destroy the legacy of Heath Ledger's performance as the Joker. And it's happening twice now. All right? The first time it happened with Joker Part 2, with that terrible ending,
if anything,
as a cheap way to show in Heath Ledger's Joker. Jared Leto as the Joker. Oh, that was terrible. I blocked that out of my mind. That doesn't even exist in my brain. I forgot how that Joker looks. I completely forgot how that Joker looks. It's out of my brain, bro.
I ain't gonna hold you. That Joker looks like a GTA Online character.
It does look like a GTA Online character. Yeah,
tattoos on the face.
It was very terrible. Yeah, it was very terrible. Oh my god.
But look, you can't just say. I mean, kind of what I get from what you're saying is like they should never do anything because Heath Ledger's Joker's performance was like so amazing that it's pretty much just like, all right, cut the cameras off, stop. We can't make anything else. You gotta continue making things.
I get it, but
these characters have been used over time. We've seen the Penguin already in movies. We've seen the Joker in a lot of movies. We've seen all these characters in a lot of movies and TV shows and iterated on.
Wait, so Heath Ledger was Iron Man?
Shut up.
In another universe, yes.
Listen.
So they lost their anchor character in the universe, and now the series is dying.
Basically,
we lost the anchor being.
Yeah, the anchor being. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he's not lying. He broke it down. Listen,
they gotta make stuff, and I enjoy what they made, despite all its little things that might nod to other TV shows, especially on the HBO network.
The only thing that I enjoyed in this entire series was Sophia Falcone. Absolutely beautiful.
And Julian.
You know what I personally enjoyed?
Oh, yeah, Julian. Yeah, Julian. Yes, Dr. Julian. Yes, that's one of my favorite characters. Yes. Shouts out to Dr. Julian.
I didn't get my fix from this Penguin shit, to be honest. What I did enjoy, though, is as a Batman fan, as a child, I've always heard about these Italian mobsters in the Batman animated show. And it was always like these stupid little lackeys getting smacked around by Batman. He's like, where is this person? I need this information. He's just fucking these niggas around. And I just be like, how these niggas gangsters when Batman be spanking their ass? Like, I would just stop being a gangster if Batman could just break into my crib. My wife sleeping next to me. He's standing over my bed. Nigga, I ain't going to work tomorrow. I'm not a gangster.
Yeah, but you got to remember all the original Batman villains when in the original Detective comic series, they were all mafia lookalikes. If you look at all the original Batman villains that were first coming up, like even like the small, all mafia lookalikes. They were all mafia inspiration. You know.
No, I get that part. And what I'm saying is I could appreciate the fact this show had no Batman in it and it was just this underbelly of criminality, but it wasn't like people making potions that turn you gay or make you see creatures and shit. It was drugs. It was straight. It's like we don't know what Bliss does, but I've seen a Bliss head in Harlem yesterday. You feel me? Like,
You stupid.
All right,
you get what I'm saying, though? It wasn't like this crazy drug that kills you. Like, the Joker would have had people doing a drug that makes you laugh until you die.
He's just a street peddler.
Like, the Penguin's just trying to make money. He's just a criminal. He's not a superhero.
And this is why I'm making the distinction with the Sopranos and The Wire, because he's not too different.
I get that, but those are criminality shows. That's not fair. That's why I made the Arkham joke. Like, if they made a show about the jail and Batman, you're gonna say this Oz, and I'm gonna say, but it's Arkham. They got a fucking whole crocodile man tied up over there. Like, you don't see that in Oz.
And you're
gonna be like, no, that's the Nazi character.
Let's move it along now.
No. But what the issue is that
wrap this up.
No, just really quick. It's just that Hollywood now sees these comic book properties as money makers, and they refuse to make original shows or original properties now because they could just use these properties as shoo-ins for any theme.
Yeah.
You know, anything. You know, it's just that simple now, and you're gonna continue seeing this moving on. You know, where you're gonna see a certain psychological thrillers, and it's gonna be maybe related from a comic book. Like, don't be surprised if Tales from the Crypt comes back and becomes popular again. You know, mark my words, because that was a comic book first. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, but the show itself works as a miniseries of random horror.
That was the comic book.
If we did
it was a comic book of a bunch of random horror.
Huh?
It was just a comic book of random horror. That's all it was.
No, but that makes sense for a TV show. But if you're saying that they did like an anthology where like the freaking Scarecrow is torturing like 7 different people with his gas and they're having hallucinations, and you're like, oh, this is Tales of the Crypt, I could agree with you on that. Because this has nothing to do with Batman at all. We're watching like mini series about nothing.
And that's how I felt about this show. This show had absolutely nothing to do with Batman.
We watched character development, bro.
I could care less about the fucking Penguin. Nigga, show me Batman.
That's because
are you guys fucking crazy?
As a character. That's why this
I don't care about him. I don't care about him. I'm a fan of Batman. I don't care about the villains. I got a Batman toy. I don't got a fucking Penguin toy. Are you guys fucking crazy? Holy shit. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Look, my Penguin growing up didn't sell drugs.
The fuck?
My Penguin had an umbrella that used to shoot guns.
I don't care about the Penguin. Nigga, show me Batman. Fuck this nigga.
Let's say if Batman's only fighting goons all the time, it gets boring. You need Batman. Batman's like whole counter like his nemesis is the Joker. It's Batman and the Joker. It's that conflict, you know? It's not just Batman. If it was just Batman and he's beating up goons, we'd feel like, all right, I guess. I mean, he's essentially.
They should have gave me a show about Commissioner Gordon. That would have been better.
They already did.
That would have made more sense.
They already did, and it sucked.
Was it good?
No.
So that's the point I'm making. They need to do another one that's even better. Come on, you're gonna tell me this is a good fuck? Come on, you niggas are fucking crazy, bro. This is the shit I'm talking about, man.
We got a difference of opinion here. I'd like to wrap things up as we're about to hit the 3-hour mark at some point, and we have not covered the final 2 episodes.
So you want to finish episode 6?
Well, I mean, we can just kind of get past that. This is the start.
I mean, we already finished episode 6, yeah.
The start of episode 7, we have a flashback. And this one, this was the one. This whole sequence here, this really got the ball rolling for like my whole feeling towards this show. Like, this kind of like started to tie the bow around the little package. Here it is. Here we're gonna get this nice bow on here, make it nice and pretty, and it's just it's a dark start to the ending of of the series. What did you think about the flashback scene?
This is Cain and Abel. Cain and Abel right here. Come on, man. This was a cheap Cain and Abel insert, right? We knew this was gonna happen.
We can't even have.
We knew it.
We can't copy Sopranos. We can't.
Can't even copy the Bible.
We can't copy like other
My Brother's
Batman
Keeper.
stuff. We can't even copy the Bible. Where we drawing the line? I mean, nothing's gonna be 100% original. Even if you blanked your mind, you're gonna have some references to things, man.
This is all just because he's a monster.
Mr. Adam
Look at him. He's a monster.
Black Rabbi man. What did you think about the flashback scene with his brothers and his mom? Dead air. Is he gone?
Dead air. Yeah, he's gone, man. I told you, bro.
Well, I guess you can continue screaming.
Well, I mean, like I told you, I mean, it was terrible.
You know, said that about 80 times this episode. Find a new adjective.
It was dog shit.
Oh, there he is. Yeah, what did you think about the flashback scene?
He said, "What do you think about the flashback scene?" No,
Episode 7, the flashback scene. Yeah, what'd you think? Thoughts?
Like, what about it in particular?
Like, I don't know, what you thought about the scene when you first saw it, the whole him causing the death of his brothers.
What did I think about it?
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I can't even lie to you. By the time we got to this part of the show, I felt a way that they had the mother all tied up and shit, or doing all this weird shit to her.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of like spaced out. I was just like, this is weird. Like, I get that the show gotta go somewhere, and I've been trying to anticipate the ending. So when they started doing all this flashback filler shit, I was just like, oh man, here we go. Like, this is bullshit. I get it as far as like giving backstory, which is that's what I was talking about in the beginning with the whole psychology stuff. But I mean, it served its purpose. They let you know he was a piece of shit since he was a kid, and but it shows that he wasn't tough though. Like he was soft. He was a very soft child.
He was a trickster,
You know, he took advantage of things that didn't require much work. You get what I mean? Like, he's the type of person that would take $1 that fell out of somebody's pocket that kept walking, and if the person didn't turn around, he would take it. Because in his mind, as long as the person doesn't notice or care, he didn't get caught, you know? But an honorable person would go, I know who this belongs to, so I'm going to return it to them. Where in his mind, the justification is the opportunity. You know what I mean? Like, you could have a good day and tell him good news about something that you wasn't supposed to tell him, and the motherfucker's going to act on it. Where a normal person wouldn't.
He's going to try to screw you over.
You know, you work at a bank and you're like, yeah, you know, the guard goes on break every 5 minutes. A normal person's like, whatever. This motherfucker's like, say that. You know, I got a score for us.
Always seizing the opportunity.
And that takes a certain type of mindset.
Yeah.
Do you guys think Penguin or Oz was, even before this flashback scene, do you think he was like born evil?
Well, I think the moment he becomes evil is when he's watching the TV with his mother. Because remember, he's watching
everything just pass and not say anything.
Yeah, because remember, he's watching the TV, but you got to remember, the people that he's watching on the television are wearing the top hat.
And
eventually he takes
the Hat Man?
Yeah, the Hat Man, yeah. He eventually takes that persona. And it's like I said, it's just a callback.
No, the demon Hat Man. The Hat Man demon.
Oh,
you know, the shadow people?
Yeah, like the shadow people and stuff. Yeah, I wasn't really trying to like go too deep into that, to be honest.
But that's where the Batman lore comes from. Because somebody was
Yeah,
breaking this shit down a bit, and it was like, yo, how is it that all these cultures around the world have this image of a man with a top hat when top hats weren't invented until this year? Like, so whatever year they were invented.
yeah.
And they're saying that there's something symbolic about this symbolism of the top hat and what it represents.
Well, I think it's not too different from like the Scythian cap. Everybody thinks that the triangle hat or like the dunce cap is always related to like the magicians, but it's actually the same hat that the Scythians wore.
That's just probably
So,
connected to the hat man too.
So were they
I mean, it's
magicians or were they
possible.
dunces?
Either
Shut
one.
up. Either one, honestly, either one.
No, I'm saying either way though, right? I believe that he was a good child. I believe that because he was intimidated by the cards he was given, he felt like he had to do more. What's that when people have little peepees and they be doing extra shit? When you have to make up for something, he was trying to make up for everything. His mother, the lack of the love he felt, his fucked up legs. He can't keep up with his brothers, so instead of keeping up with people, he kills them.
I mean, you saw
He learned that early.
he was already jealous of his brothers, being with the Rex character, and he already knew what Rex represented. So, like your whole angle of his mother maybe already being a part of that lifestyle could be true. Maybe he was already in the know of what certain things were going on. Like like kids that grow up in the neighborhood, when you see certain things growing up, you either become a part of it or you're standing on the outside looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reality.
And the oldest son, used to do stuff for the gangsters.
Yeah, for the Rex dude, yeah. So it's
Mhm.
not like the mother didn't know. The mother had to know.
Yeah.
And then,
He comes home and he says nothing.
yeah, he comes on and says nothing. Yeah, you're gonna have to mute girls. You're gonna have to mute girls.
Yeah, he didn't have a choice on being good. There was nothing in his life that was telling him to be a good person.
No father in the house. You need that strong arm.
You need
Let
that
you
strong
know
arm.
right from wrong, kid.
Or that
Love
Rex character was his father.
Probably. The more I look at it,
No.
I'm like, the more I see
Because who
it,
brought him into the mafia?
the more I see it, I'm like, odd.
Who's his sensei?
Maybe a metaphorical level, yeah. Maybe Rex could be like the father figure character, of like who he wanted to be, like the big bro in the neighborhood. There's
Yep.
always been that person.
But
So what happened to him? They don't even talk about how he died.
later on, it gets revealed, or rather, Francine, his mother, says, Oswald was so needy, he wanted me all to himself. He knew that my boys were drowning,
Yeah,
and
she
she
didn't
knew the
care.
whole time as well. What's funny is there's like earlier in the season when they start building the tunnels down there. I think Penguin says a line to Vic where it's like Sophia and Sal will never think to look down here.
Yeah, we never looked down here, which was the same thing that happened with his kid brothers.
Yeah,
They would have never looked down there.
they would never think to look down there. Which is
Terrible.
We never see the full play out of that. We're building the pieces in our mind, which is a very interesting way to go. A lot of other shows would probably show all of like the play by play of everything that happened, the searches, they found
The horror
boys,
and everything else. Yeah.
we were the funeral, but we're piecing a lot of things together, essentially.
Because all we're really left is like the remnants of the mother.
Yeah.
And ultimately, and like I said, she's nothing more than a lifeless mannequin, like a marionette that he controls. It's very fucked up. It happens. How is he any different from Carmela Soprano? When he kept manipulating her, and then she eventually broke free. I mean, I know I keep going back. It's terrible, but like
You're a broken record.
You know, if
I
you
am a
really
bro for
try
that.
hard, you could take the story of Jesus and make The Sopranos fit it. You know, like if you
How?
try really
That's
hard, you can.
that's so blasphemous. You're going to hell.
No, I'm
Anyways,
just telling you that stories are stories, and there's nothing new under the sun.
no, there is nothing new under the sun. But Sophia Falcone, she is very new under the sun. I mean, she is very beautiful. Look at her. She's speaking to
No,
her
she's
husband's
not,
mother.
bro. She's not new under the sun. You don't
Well,
remember?
my, nah,
You already
she's
did our
beautiful.
homework on her bloodline.
I
You're
don't
not
care.
doing
She
this
looked
now.
good. She looked good.
Oh,
So
she's beautiful. She's beautiful.
All I care
It
about.
doesn't
She looked good.
change the reality.
All I care about. She looked mad good. She's in here. Yeah, and then they blow up
well, you're
the
getting ahead.
thing, and now
So Sal comes down to
I thought it was
basically
shit.
take over Oz's business down there in the sewers,
And he
and
catches a heart attack.
they get into a scuffle. They fight inside of a bus where no one else can see them, and Sal's beating up Oz, beating his fat ass, throws him down to the ground, and we're expecting, what could happen next? Maybe someone will come in and help Oz, but no. What happens is Sal has a heart attack here, and then
That was weird, no?
we start to see like the hand of the writer a little bit. I feel like where it's like, okay, I want to show you how much of a piece of shit this guy is, how pathetic he is, and essentially Oz witnesses him having the heart attack and decides that he's gonna like talk himself up during the situation, which is I don't think it's unnatural, but I think it kind of it's a little bit pushing it maybe.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was bad or anything, but we essentially see Oz kind of like talking shit to Sal having a heart attack. He's like, I beat you, what did you say? This and that, and then he like basically shoots him a bunch of times. It was a little bit jarring, and but it wasn't like out of character once you understand the full picture. It just felt like the writer really wanted me to feel like this guy was a pathetic loser.
I mean, that's the point,
Yeah,
The guy walks with a limp. He's over there shooting M16s with no kickback. He's setting people on fire. Like, come on, man. Real believable. And like, how did he catch a heart attack? Was those pills supposed to be like heart pills or something that he was taking when he got stabbed?
It was the yogurt. The yogurt got him.
The yogurt got him. Oh, good lord.
Now, then we get another really good scene was where Sophia visits her niece because she's been yapping, opening her lips about certain secrets.
Oh yeah.
And we see that Sophia gets really kind of emotional, and I could figure that she sees herself kind of in this situation where there's an adult in her life that's basically made everything so much worse with blood on her hands. And she has essentially become a version of her father.
Yeah. Man, it sucks, man. And then she's there crying. She picks up the cell phone to call what's his name, and it's just too late.
At this point in the series, these last two episodes, I kind of got confused by Sophia's character
Why?
Because she's like torturing his mother, trying to get this information from her. But I was never really sure what her motivation was for getting that information out of her. It just seemed like she wanted to know something to hurt. Maybe that's what it was. Like, just to know more to hurt Oz as much as possible, because maybe it wouldn't be enough just to kill his mother. She wanted to maybe turn the knife in, maybe. But I mean, if I take that out of the equation, like, I'm not really sure what she wanted. It just seemed like the writers really wanted us to reveal this, to unravel this thread of his past through Sophia and through the psychological manipulation of his mother.
That's why I assumed that she was gonna kill her, and that was gonna set Oz off, and then he was gonna become this mad psychopath. But the fact that he kept her alive, which was a nicer touch, at least because at least he continues to torture his mother towards the end, until she eventually dies and so forth.
Oh shit!
I mean, it's the truth though. He gets to continue torturing her.
You did not lie at all.
So
he was torturing his mother.
So because and if Sophia would have killed her, it'd have been like, it's fucked up because it's not technically a mercy kill, but at least for us and the viewers, we know it's a mercy kill, because it sets her free. She's no longer within this plane, but obviously Oswald basically becomes an even bigger monster, if anything. But his plan still gets accomplished regardless.
You said what?
Oswald's plan gets accomplished regardless because he gets to take out all the other mafia families. Remember?
Well, he doesn't take them out. He basically elevates.
He reforms them.
He elevates everyone's
they're all
position in there. He gave them something
under
they
him
really
now.
wanted, where Sophia was offering them money and a house and a revenge against Oz, where maybe the other crime bosses didn't really care about necessarily who was on top, but rather what they could get out of it. And he offered them, gave them an offer they can't refuse.
I mean, yeah, at that point, he's the only one that had the control of the product. He was the plug. I mean, where else were you going to get bliss from? He stole the formula from Sophia at that point. Like, she had no power play besides the money. And I think that's why the money only took them so far.
I'm like skimming through the final episode here to wrap things up a bit. We see her going to cut off Francine's finger, and Oz is still lying through his teeth. Sophia just
about everything
has a morbid curiosity, like, why won't he tell the truth? But I just feel like the writer is stepping in Sophia's shoes here a little bit. That might be my only criticism of this show. This Sophia's arc towards the end. What'd you think about it, Mr. Rabbi?
Black Sandler?
Nah, I think what you said, the last statement, trying to step into her shoes. I mean, we're all not going to play dumb that, Hollywood in general has been trying to up their female roles and stuff. And because people enjoy her for her beauty, I guess they tolerate a lot of the character development that's given to her. But then, the fact that she's going to be in the movie, this is probably more of an appetizer of her character for the next whatever. So I'm guessing she's going to be breaking out of jail or some shit. But either way.
But it's strange. I didn't see any real power role here. I know that's a big trope right now in a lot of these Hollywood movies where they're always trying to show the strong female lead, and obviously there are certain fans that find it very problematic, or maybe the movie takes a wrong direction.
I find it
I'm just saying, as just examples. Yeah, like you said, certain movies get limited because of that. I feel like at least with this show, it didn't really do any of that. It didn't take anything.
All right, boom.
Show,
This is my measuring stick for content.
Character.
Hear me out. This is my measuring stick for content, right?
Yeah.
And this is maybe the conservative side of me talking, right? I look at all the characters that's available in the show or whatever, and I judge them. And what I judge them is based on their motivations, right? So if you look at every other female in the show, they're of a position of oppression, death, service of sex, whatever.
They were being used.
She's the only one.
Everyone was being used.
But she was the only one that was born into power, right? And refused it. Her father wanted her to do things that she didn't want to do, and he was like, "Oh, word, I'm gonna teach you a lesson." So now you have a male playing the position of oppression against a woman, and you have this backstory of her oppression as her underlying motivation for why she killed her whole family, why she hates Oz. Everything about her existence is linked to a man, and to me, that's limiting because if she is to ever become a bigger character, it has to be for herself. And the only time I felt like that was real was when she killed that magpie girl. When she snapped and had a moment of uncontrollable rage. That's the first time her character became real in my eyes. But outside of that, she's nothing more than a shell of what an evil person should be. And she's trying really hard to live up to this image or this idea that she doesn't actually want to fucking do. and clearly it's true because she tries to run away at the end. So
Yeah, that's the point I'm trying to
in the
make. Like
worst
she was
way,
never evil to begin with. Like that
yeah.
wasn't in her nature.
No, I get that, right? But you got blood on your hands, so if you're gonna play games, you got to play them till you win or lose, and you lost. So
Well, yeah,
because when you
she's a Falcone at the end of the day. That was
yeah,
gonna
but hear
happen
me out,
regardless.
right? When she came home from jail, they told her ass go to fucking Italy and shut the fuck up. What did she do? Killed them. So once you did that, all of that I'm a woman and men suck is out the window. You're a fucking criminal killer just like the rest of them. And anything you try to justify afterwards is the delusion of a criminal.
But for some
And
people,
maybe
it was
that's
a
where she
little.
fell short. Hmm?
But see, this is the thing. For some people, they felt that if her going to Italy, she would have been killed out there. Because, like, remember the guy? What was his name? Johnny Treaty, whatever his name is.
Vitti?
He said that he was gonna. Yeah, Johnny Vitti. Thank you. Sorry. He's told Sophia that he would make her disappear. So he was offering her just to go to Italy. But if she goes to Italy, she could just still disappear out there. You could just be like, all right,
No,
she's out
that
there.
was
All
a
right, do
threat.
that.
That was
You
a
either
threat from
go
her
there,
uncle.
or that's what I'm gonna tell people will happen.
Yeah, basically, you know.
It's
So
her
either way, she
uncle.
was gonna get killed. Either way, she was gonna die. Look how the family react. They already killed her mother. What makes you think that they weren't gonna kill her? Is either kill or be killed. Like I understand what you're saying, but I think they were gonna kill her regardless.
If
So she
she
had
was
to do
gonna
that.
die in Italy, right? Then why the hell was she trying to go there at the end of the show? Yeah, when we talk about crime mafia family, it doesn't end in America.
Well,
It
all
starts
her
in
all
Italy.
her family is dead at the end. At
Is
the end
dead
of
at
her
that
arc.
point, yeah.
She
Yeah,
has
but what
nothing
about
to
the
fear
family
from her.
back in the mainland that they report back to?
They don't know yet. They're
I think it's
dead.
implied that she's pretty much on her own.
Yeah.
Unless they
No, I
like
think she did what
reveal
most
some other
females
character
do,
and stuff.
and she jumped the gun. And she killed her family and thought she was sparing that child, not knowing that child was gonna snitch on her. You get what I'm saying? Like everything she did was flawed. If she really wanted what she
Yeah.
wanted, that child had to die
Yeah,
too.
yeah. No,
And
I get it. Yeah. Like
Her
it's not
weakness is her
completely
own softness.
it's not completely like thrown in your face that she's made a lot of mistakes, but at the same time, like she's playing the game, let's say, like irrationally, but also like there's intelligence in what she's doing. But Oz is outsmarting her by kind of knowing what these families really want and how to take advantage of it.
no, it's like listen, I love the character. All right. I thought they
Like,
were gonna make her bald and actually make her into the actual Hangman character. Like that's what I was hoping at the end, believe it or not.
like this is an
No.
example, right? She had a brother in the beginning of the show, right? And he dies. And now she becomes the lead of the family indirectly. It's like shows do that a lot.
I
They'll
was
put
waiting
a
for her to
female
shave
in a
her head.
position. They put women in positions they shouldn't be in to prove a point, and then it ends up like this, where she's in jail. And it's like, what kind of message are you trying to indirectly tell me? That women shouldn't be doing crime? That they're not good enough to do crime? You want a female to prove you wrong? Like, what's the bigger picture? Because if you're gonna have a character like that, at least make her more gangster.
I
Like she
mean,
should have killed that hooker in the house when they had that conversation off of principle. But because she was a woman to a fellow woman, she picked that side, and that's the writer doing weird shit for our psychological operations. Like because everything is a program, even if you like it. You know what I mean? Like I'm reading between the lines, and it's like that's not gangster. You letting all your
Apparently, I was gonna say is that
there's a lot.
apparently,
If I can just put this in real quick, like there's a lot of shows,
yeah,
maybe writers now, perhaps realizing that they want to make a strong female character. You want good characters in your show, and you want to have female characters in your show, and they do a good job using her sexuality and her presence, her acting capabilities, but they wrote her in such a way that is believable, like 90% of the way through. Like I can kind of understand all her actions, some of which are more psychotic than others, and it's kind of a good way to play off what Penguin is trying to do. He's trying to play the mafia game where she's almost like the Joker playing the Chaos game a little bit, but not entirely. And
I can see that.
They could have gone the route of making her like a girl boss, where she's just like everyone listens to her no matter what. They do whatever she says. She's like,
no, they didn't.
She's
she's
having a fist fight with the Penguin and she wins. Like none of that type of stuff. It was just like her character and what they wanted to do with it, like contrasting the Penguin. My only I don't want to harp on this again, but my only problem with it really was that last part where she's kind of like picking at his history with his mother and stuff. I felt like that was a little bit contrived, I guess.
Well,
the real
reason,
torture.
the motivation behind that was this, right? When the brother's body was given back and they had him in the house thinking he did something, and then it seemed like he didn't because how did he do it if... Because they thought he had nobody. You're one of our lackeys. You don't have people. Yeah. But Vic was his wingman. So when she did find out that he did actually do it, and she's over here about to break bread with him, her mind broke. And that's when she went to the psychologist guy or whatever. And she went through this whole period where she couldn't really grasp the reality of what she was dealing with about her brother, Oz, and the family, and her father, and how everything's all connected. So in her mind, she wanted to understand his weakness. And when she found out that his mother was still alive, that was the closest thing to him having a brother to torture and cut fingers off and make him feel pain. So that's why that happened, honestly. If I had to look for a reason, the brother's death was her motivation for going so hard on the mother. Because I
and there's also, and it's like you mentioned before, like the whole Dr. Julian angle, like he continued to enable Sophia. So for all we know, this was all his doing. So he could probably play a part, to maybe a bigger threat, that we're not unsure about. Is there like an evil doctor in Arkham Asylum that controls all the freaks? Isn't that like a part of the storyline also of why they're all in there?
Wouldn't that be
It could, it couldn't. Who knows? We know they have a fixation with her.
No, but it's somebody else besides Scarecrow, isn't it? If I'm right.
So is name.
Ladies, I'm not too sure. I didn't play the Arkham Asylum games. I'm not too familiar with the comic book itself. We're doing something wrong. All right.
As far as I'm sure, Harley Quinn is the only one I know that's like a fuckboy that was working there.
Yeah. A quick thing that I wanted to mention real quick. Apparently, the original Hangman was known as the Hooded Hangman. First appeared in Detective Comics number. What Detective Comics is? I can't even fucking read it. Jesus Christ.
Oh, really? Is that why he named her that?
Yeah, it's the Hangman, the Hooded Hangman, Detective Comics 355. Yeah. 8 of the Hooded Hangman.
They probably didn't have to use that nod. They could have called her something else. Because it kind of felt odd to me. They calling her Hangman, like, you're a man?
Nah. The original Hangman was a dude. And then Sophia, when they did the storyline for the Falcone family, they gave her the moniker of the Hangman.
Yes.
That's the
But the excuse was the cover-up thing with the father, so that's why it wasn't like she was
the father.
In universe, it doesn't really make sense aside from being a nod to older Batman stuff.
Yeah, it's just a nod to the older Batman, basically. Yeah,
I don't like that.
And then there's another DC character that also has the name of the Hangman. So I'm guessing this is like his little. Yeah, he's part of the Red Circle. So that's probably like his, alternate storyline. So yeah, so there was multiple Hangman characters.
So all right.
And now,
what did you guys think about the final scene with Penguin and his mom and his girlfriend? And I guess we can also talk about Vic being killed. We did get into it a lot already, but
we did get into that, and I guess we should talk about like Sophia Falcone. No, we did. We already touched on most of that. Sophia Falcone getting the letter from Catwoman. Yeah. Let's talk about Vic getting killed. That to me that was nothing more than a Masonic initiation. Are you familiar of the story of the Old Yeller, where the young boy had to take the old dog, out back with the shotgun, and put it out of its misery? So apparently, I was told this story by a good friend of mine that was in a fraternity. I'm not going to name him, and I'm not going to name the fraternity. But
It was Alpha Omega of Illuminati Guild boys.
nah.
They practice cryokinesis and gymnastics.
Nah. It's some other, but like they didn't go through this initiation, but like they've heard like what of somebody else did, and like it's fucked up because I've even heard of a similar style like this. This is like a gang style initiation where they'll have to like take care of like a puppy.
Oh, the Germans
And,
make
like,
you do that shit.
Yeah, the Germans do it too. That they'll make you raise like a puppy,
The
and then when the
Nazis
puppy
did
get
that, yeah.
older, they'll make you choke the dog out and everything as a test. But like they heard that story. Like like these other guys that were in the fraternity, they had to do that to obviously level up and everything. Like I'm not name dropping or anything. None of that. I don't know who the fuck motherfuckers were anyway at that point. And this was a very, very, very long time ago. And I've been told of that story before. Like that's a gang initiation, and as this Black Sandler mentioned, that is a Nazi initiation itself. Like that's something
No, it's not
that
initiation. So it's black magic. Basically, they're conditioning you to raise something with love, and they don't even tell you that you're gonna kill it later. They just let you have this thing, and then one day you get the order.
I was not trying to touch on the schiz. I guess we're gonna touch on the schizo. So, yeah, so it's some channeling.
And basically, at the end of the day, the act of killing the dog is the ability to kill yourself.
Yeah,
and now that you build your humanity, you should be able to
in
kill.
Minecraft. In Minecraft.
Yeah, you route yourself
in Minecraft. You had a bone,
you
and
have
you
a
found
kilt.
a wolf,
You're a Scottish
and you
man.
raised it.
You have bagpipes in Scotland. You got a kilt, and then you put the kilt on, and then you put it on yourself. The kilt in Minecraft. In Scotland.
Yeah. So in Minecraft terms, right, you have a bone and you go out and you find a wolf and you make the wolf your friend and you go on adventures together. And then one day your friend comes online and he's like, yo, I got a dope ass castle, but the only way you could come inside is if you unalive your wolf. And you're like, that's not fair. My wolf has been with me longer than you've been my friend. And he goes, but if you want to know what's on the other side of that wall, you have to unalive your wolf. And you did it. And then you got inside the wall, and you was like, "This is so dope."
Yeah, and there's people that claim it's like this Gnostic, initiation. Some people claim it has like ties to the occult and so forth. But there are people that have had practice it. Like there are certain gangs that have done similar styles of that form of initiation. I'll go as that far. I'm not going to go any further in terms of like what they do. All right, let's leave it at that. But yeah,
that's
like
because they read about it. And they're like, yo, we should do it.
Yeah, they doing like some whole other shit, But yeah, like this is something that's constantly been happening through time. So like the fact that he had to finally kill, Vic. And like I said, it was nothing more than tying up loose ends.
In the Discord, he put him down like a German Shepherd.
No, he did put him down like a German Shepherd.
It for some of our more autistic users in the group.
Fuck.
Who cares about spoiling things, huh? What a loser.
Fuck, man. Yeah, you had to put it. Did you see the link that the little teaser that they posted up on Twitter of the missing person?
Yo, I was crying, bro.
No.
I still didn't even get over it.
What was that?
So what they did for the fans is that they put up a missing poster for Vic's character in the show.
Well, they posted.
Yo, y'all don't watch Yellowstone, right?
As a continuation and stuff, yeah. So what I'm guessing is that and maybe in Batman 2, we'll see posters of like Vic in like the background. So keep an eye out.
Because they found his body. Yo, dude, you don't watch Yellowstone, right?
No, I don't watch Yellowstone. I never watched it.
Dennis, you watch Yellowstone?
Nope.
All right, well, that's good and bad. But long story short, right, in Yellowstone, the main guy that was like the dude in the show, he gets unalived, right? Mm-hmm. And the series just came back this week when the Penguin dropped. Mm. So I was watching that show and he got offed, right? And then I go on watch the Penguin and Victor gets offed, right? And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? So I go online and there was a post about Yellowstone. And I said, yo, it's been a rough week. We lost John Dutton and Vic. And mad people are writing like, yo, I'm still crying. I'm like, damn, it's crazy.
All right, like we'll get back to Penguin now. Another thing I wanted to point out is that did you notice that in the car scene where Oswald is talking with Sophia that there's a very interesting song being played in the background? Did
Do
you
you know what that
notice
song
the
is
song?
about?
What's that song about?
That song is about a young girl that wants to go out, but her father won't let her.
That's crazy. And that's why the mother's screaming the whole time and
Yep.
crying in the song. That's wild. Well, what I was gonna mention is that song is actually in the commercial of Grand Theft Auto 3. You know,
Yep.
that's a very important song.
And
That's
you
the
know
song.
why, right? Who was trying to kill him?
Oh yeah, the mafia dudes. Remember? Yeah,
No, Shorty. Remember she set him up.
yeah.
There was a
Remember 'cause
female behind everything in Liberty City.
yeah, the first Colombian girl. Remember?
Yep.
She's the one that set him up, and then he almost got killed because he was messing with the other chick. He was messing with the boss's chick.
But imagine we go to the Batman 2 movie and then Sophia comes back and then she starts interrogating the Penguin about Vic. Like, what'd you do with Vic?
Shit! What you do with Vic?
And
Where's Vic?
then you'd really feel the hand of the writer. Like, okay, what's going on here?
That would be crazy. You're gonna have us crying.
It would be silly. I would say crazy.
Yo, Vic's body just somewhere laying out with his Jordans on, bro.
What if Vic becomes Clayface? His body and DNA melds with the dirt in the East River. He starts growing into the soil. He becomes Clayface. He comes back, fights the Penguin. Why you kill me? We were family. And then Penguin's like, oh, fuck.
Family.
We could do this together now, Vic. You're big and strong now, Vic. We could do this together. We could take the whole city over, Vic.
We're gonna take the whole city over, Vic.
Come on. We're family. Jesus.
We're family, Vic. Jesus. You met my friend Vito.
And then
don't get too close to him. The medicine is messing with him.
And then Batman flies in on a hobgoblin glider. And he flies into to a tunnel where Clayface and Vic are. And then we hear another Nirvana song playing, but this time it's the one that says S.A. me, S.A. me, my friend.
Oh my god.
That other popular Nirvana song.
Terrible.
But
oh my god.
Yeah, at the end here, I was disappointed because I kept waiting for Vic to die. It kind of took me out of it because someone spoiled it. But I'm
sorry I ruined that for you.
But
I deadass feel bad. I'm like genuinely feel bad.
I felt bad too. But now I can laugh.
Yes, I'm watching it right now. He's choking him.
But now it's funny
He's crying.
to laugh about it, you know?
I don't even think I could watch that scene again, bro. The way
What do you mean?
Tried to fight back until he realized he was dead ass was like sad.
He says, I'm sorry. And then Penguin goes, it wasn't for nothing, Vic. Don't worry. And then he kisses him in the mouth. And then he
Why
goes
did he
to
say
his
he was sorry
pocket.
for?
Yeah, kill him.
Because he was sorry for saying he was family. Like, I really think that's what ticked him off. Penguin, when you told him
Hell no.
You're like your family to me. I love you.
Nah, bro.
Yeah,
that's why he gave him the liquor to drink before he even said that family shit. That was supposed to be the last swig before he died, type of thing.
The last swig? You think so? He was gonna come regardless?
That's why when he took the drink, he was like, because he doesn't drink.
That's what I think so. I think he was gonna come regardless, man.
Yeah, he was.
Fucked up. It's sad. It's
when
terrible.
he took the sip of the liquor, that was him basically giving him his sip like on some communion shit, you know? The body of Christ.
When he takes the sip, it's shot almost like one of those hood crime TV shows.
Stupid.
Camera from the back.
See, what Vic fucked up was, right? He was supposed to stick his finger in the cut on his stomach and twist it, you know?
Yeah, but then he can't.
He's a little kid.
Clayface.
He can't become Clayface.
He's gotta die.
But why did he take his ID and throw it in the river? What was the point of that? What was the significance of that?
And they can't identify him.
It was a callback to the first episode, you know? And yeah, that's another thing. He didn't want
No, they can't ID him now.
Who it was.
And because the city's all fucked up, his body's gonna get decomposed. They'll probably throw his ass in a freezer and do a mass burial.
Oh, that sucks, man.
Maybe the movie will start with Batman's standing over him, and he investigates what happened to Vic. I hope not.
If they do that, I'm not fucking with it. They gotta leave Vic alone. He don't matter no more.
Yeah, that's how they gotta treat it. But hey, man, it's been a fun almost 4 hours talking with you guys. 3 for the audience. I appreciate you guys coming through, having this chat, discussing the Penguin, what we hated, what we loved, what we didn't think was great. Hopefully the audience has had a nice ride, staring at these silly pictures on the screen, maybe. Hopefully not.
Oh, good lord.
It's been the same picture for like 3 hours.
Oh, they're gonna hate it.
Yeah, they're gonna love it. But yeah. Thanks everybody. Let's leave a round
Thank
of
you, man. It was
applause.
terrible.
Round up for my
It was terrible, guys. Loved it.
co-host, for my guests.
Later, guys.
Many more like these come. And let's leave the audience with a classic. Classic here.
Learn some footsies, motherfucker. Fuck out of here. That random shit, bro.
Where are we going?